Oh,
Oh
he's
man, it's
gone.
All right,
hilarious.
here we
He's
go.
gone.
Yep.
Right, rock and roll, baby.
Uh,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Reviews for You.
we're still
Hello,
there. We
it's
go.
Steph and the guys.
There we are.
Uh-oh.
There we are.
Echo, somebody.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, so we got to start a little bit late. There was something burning, and I had to go find out what the hell it was. We
Yes,
were sitting here.
technical
It
difficulties.
was definitely technical difficulties. So I go run around the house like a freaking madman, and finally go outside, and I don't know, one of my neighbors is burning shit, and it got the smells all up in the damn house. So, I mean, it was like something was on fire inside the house.
Exactly.
I was like, I need to go take care of this real quick. Well, anyway, we've got um, we've got everybody here. Well, not everybody here, but we've got most of you here, and it's funny. We've already got a thumbs down, and I mean, we just went on. So
Yeah.
for all the
Fun
Disney,
times had by all, ladies and
yes,
gentlemen.
for all the people that we have pissed off and butt hurt on
Yes,
Twitter by
the
being
ones we're going to
right.
continue to piss off. Thank you
You know,
for the ratings.
I appreciate the view and FNN.
Mhm.
All right, so I want to know. This has got to be Dragon Moore. Changed his name to
No,
FNN
it's not
update.
Dragon More. I checked.
It's not
No, it's somebody else.
somebody.
Thank you, whoever it is.
Yeah, whoever it is. Thank you so much. I just did another FNN video today, and I will be doing a in-depth um, video on the Bob Iger article or interview,
Yes.
actually,
I
with the
should have made
Hollywood.
Star Wars condoms too. Damn it.
Yeah,
All right. I fucked up.
because
Oh well.
I know. Hey, Alyssa, how you doing? Because I know, and why blame me?
Oh,
It was, you were the first one that came to my mind. I'm sorry. Um, and also Greg Duncan will see his name finally at the ending credits. I still have to redo the credits at the end. But anyway, I will be doing a video as soon as I'm done with this, going in depth in the Hollywood Reporter article, because there's so much in there that people just don't. People just they're overlooking, and it's and Stefan. I mean, it's the same stuff that I've been telling you guys
Yes.
for a long. I mean, for a long time.
Yep.
Um,
In the world of politics, that's called the spin room has definitely been visited, and at least two people, definitely one for sure, is in trouble. Ryan Johnson. There's a reason I asked you that question today.
there are.
you like
And you see Ryan just ignored the ever loving shit out of it. But did
I'm
you
gonna
see that
ask him
Ryan
again.
got him a new
I'm
job,
gonna
right?
ask him a few times now.
Yeah, Ryan got him a
It's
new
on.
job. Ryan is directing a music video for some group I've never heard of. So,
as long as it's not Greta Van Fleet, because if it is,
oh no, no,
Yeah.
it's something that it's probably. I'm serious. I even Google searched them, and Google was like, "Who?" I swear to God, it's how it came. Who? And I was, so I said, well, I guess it's a real band. I'm not exactly sure.
I thought he was joking.
if you
God,
No,
that's
no,
that's real.
yeah, it's real.
Oh
But
wow, I thought he was joking.
the reason
Oh,
you can't
that's
watch the video on YouTube is because it's an exclusive for that that label. So you can only watch it on that. Yeah, you can only watch it on that label. So they're
so it's
like,
exclusively terrible, just that website and nowhere
yeah,
else.
yeah. They're like, okay,
They're idiots.
So for the 7 people that are subscribers here that can actually get onto the website and log in, you can watch this video. We paid him $7.47 in order
So how
to project.
bad is this pile of shit? Let me go see the video real quick.
I don't know because I wasn't about to sign up on the website. So
Oh no, I found a way to get around it.
let's get. I'm gonna knock the super chat out real quick. Critical equation. Haven't seen that name around here in well ever. But I appreciate the super chat. He says, "Make it rain." All right, I can do a lot of things, and we can all do a lot of things. We cannot make it rain.
Yeah, we can't. I'm sorry.
And
You know,
besides,
there's bonuses to being a vampire, so yeah, I could make it rain.
now you know. I don't know if Run blocked by Bob Iger or not, but we're gonna go through some just some highlights of this.
Yeah, yeah. It just it was really funny when I read the article uh, off of Twitter, and I was like, she's gone. He's admitting he had nothing to do with James Gunn being fired. Then he's taking the blame for the Star Wars mess. She's gone. And it's obvious.
There's a reason, and Steph can tell you the same as I can. There's a reason Bob Iger is taking because I know the point was brought up. You know, well, Bob Iger wouldn't take the blame for that if KK was safe. I mean, if she was going to be terminated,
Yes.
he would throw her under the bus.
Yeah, well, speaking of throwing
Actually,
people under the bus, I'm going to quote Ryan Johnson on what the video features. I shit ye not, this is what Ryan Johnson said. Enjoy that. He's
yeah.
got a teleportation device in the fucking music video. I think he wants to leave the planet, to say the least. Wow.
I
A
wish.
devastatingly romantic journey of discovery, tragedy, and eternal love. That's
Well,
how he's describing this music
Holy
video.
shit! It's actually, holy shit! He's doing Raylo because Raylo's not really happening in the movie. That's what this is. So they get their thing, and we don't have to suffer through it. I'm for that. Go for it.
God.
Go for it, man.
well,
Wow.
all right. So the reason that Bob Iger took up and took responsibility for the things that happened at Star Wars was two reasons. One is he authorized or pushed the May release of Solo because the movie was shit, and they wanted to push the release date back. And Bob Iger said, "No, it's going to go out in May." That was one reason. The second reason was it was Bob Iger's decision after seeing the Ryan Johnson Last Jedi final cut to go ahead and release it, even though everybody that watched it at Disney fucking hated it. This is not so. He gave Kathleen Kennedy enough rope to hang herself. We have said this, oh God, for months.
Yeah, yeah.
And so yes, it does fall squarely on his shoulders. Is it worth losing the money over? Absolutely. And there's so much in this thing. I'm serious. I'm gonna have to go like way in depth in a video on this because there's so much stuff that's actually in this that people are just flat out misinterpreting, actually missing or getting wrong, or just not paying attention to.
Yep.
Yes. They're misinterpreting what was stated also. There's that fun. Yes.
Yeah, they are. And they're not. Look, I'm sorry. I'm going to bring up DC again. This is so classic. Classic. Goodbye. In political stuff.
Oh yeah, political circles. It's easily a goodbye.
Yeah, and I, when you've seen it enough, you recognize it.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband, he's like, oh, geez.
This is definitely going to be used as an example in books.
It is.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I mean,
this is clear cut how you do it. You want to get rid of somebody. You don't talk about them at all for almost a year, and then when it comes to the time that the stockholders are looking at an article. Because this might as well have been said here, bonus meme stock report. Enjoy the bonus quarterly report, stockholders. Here, have fun with that. Because that's what this was. Even the picture involved for the article, everything. This was choreographed. This is it's kind of like the Grace Randolph thing when she said, "Oh, there was this meeting." Well, the same thing with this article, except this article is directly from Iger. Okay,
Yeah.
it's directly from the person in charge of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not going to mention the studio head. He mentions Feige. Feige's mentioned. KK is not mentioned. Ryan Johnson is not mentioned, but he mentions the Game of Thrones people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
And he
it's game
also
over,
said,
man. Game over.
But no,
that after, he mentions, episode 9 being filming right now. Um, but they're not sure what's going to happen after that. But they are sure that the D&D trilogy is still going to happen.
yeah.
But they're not sure what's going to happen after JJ's deal. And there's in other words, Ryan, look, I hate to tell you this,
Go find a new job.
um, but fuck off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
He,
this is
he hates him.
this is a classic way to bolster stocks. Everybody has to understand this. And I keep this is why I keep going through the numbers, because numbers don't lie.
No.
And actually, when the article came out this morning, there was another guy that he would sit there and highlight a thing and go, "Well, speaking of this, okay, well, actually, he was actually taking that out of context. That was actually involved in the Fox deal. That wasn't involved in the Star Wars deal. All right, so this is a brand new deal that they have with Fox. Of course, we know they have to sell off some companies, and yes, they're going to start the streaming service, and the streaming service is going to cost them billions of dollars in order to get started.
Yep.
So, yes, so this is where he said, we're in it for the long game. This is in direct correlation to the streaming service. They want to be a direct competitor to Netflix. They want to be a direct competitor to every streaming service out there. That had absolutely nothing to do with, hey, we're okay with Lucasfilm being $3.4 billion in the fucking hole right now. So, with all that being said, see, that was taken out of context. There were a few other things that were taken out of context. And on Twitter, of course, you only get like to what 200 characters, 250 characters. Dude, I could write a fucking thesis on this shit. Just on this one article. Seriously, I mean, I think I tweeted today it would take me a month of explaining what he's actually saying, because people just don't get it. When they start doing the spin that they don't quite get it. If you've been a publicist, or if you've had a publicist, or if you accidentally brushed up against a publicist during the Me Too movement, you'll know what a publicist does. And being a CEO of a major corporation that just spent 71 billion freaking dollars, which is almost half of what your
Mhm.
entire corporation is
Yes.
worth.
Yeah.
Um, and
It's called
putting
spin control, ladies and
and
gentlemen. Yes.
putting a freeze on everybody being able to sell their stock.
Hmm.
This is another thing that was never ever mentioned by anybody else. Disney put a freeze on that. All right, so they go, oh, well, they can't do. They can't tell you not to sell stock. Actually, they can.
Hmm.
There are still other stocks out there that they can trade as far as common stocks go. These are not done by hedge funds. These are not done by majority stakeholders.
Yes.
These are not done by and when I say majority stakeholders, when they bought Lucasfilm Limited, they gave him $4 billion worth of stock.
Hmm.
So this happened right after the Fox merger was approved, is when this happened.
Yeah.
Michael Rodriguez is asking when it happened.
Yeah.
So if you look at that, in other words, because if everybody says, "Holy fuck, all right, we just spent $71 billion. I am not happy with this shit at all. I'm a hedge. This
Yeah,
guy
it's
runs.
just good business what he did, and the reaction on Wall Street is, yeah,
Yeah.
they
Okay.
like what they heard Bob Iger say for now.
Yeah,
So
that's the point.
everything is to bolster, make yourself look like you're in a strong position,
Hmm.
make yourself look like everything is going according to plan,
Yep.
and is all of this is to instill confidence in shareholders. Because if you have a hedge fund, and I think I brought this up before, one guy had a hedge fund where he actually had, I think he had 1.2 billion shares of Disney.
Hmm.
Um, for I believe it was two or three, but he ran the hedge fund for two or three people. But all in all, he had 1.2 billion shares. He could not sell the shares after the merger with Fox,
Hmm.
no matter if his hedge fund people wanted that shit sold or not.
Yeah, they're in full PR fucking overload right now because I'm
Yeah.
looking at the various things they're doing on various types of sites, right? On the charity front, on the business front, on the fan front. And they're in full kiss butt mode right now to look good, make sure everything runs smoothly, get this thing done, get the bloody deal finalized, not piss off the government. Game over. They're having a party at the end of the year, and Iger's going to be happy. And guess who's not invited to this party? KK and RJ are not invited to this party because he didn't even talk about them. They don't exist anymore,
No, they
at
don't.
least for the
They don't.
purposes of
Man,
Disney.
yeah, and the other critical factor that nobody really picked up on, which is also extremely important, is the fact that the Fox merger gave them. They didn't say exactly how many employees. We
Yeah,
know
that
how many.
too.
We know how many companies they
Yeah,
actually
there
have.
has to be layoffs. There's no way around it. It's going to be on
Um,
both sides.
and like he said, we are going to take the best people, and those are going to be the ones that are going to be running. And he specifically said
Yes.
film, specifically said film and movies.
Yeah.
Now, when it
Hmm.
came to the question of,
That's right there in black and white. You can read it
and,
for yourselves.
and when it came to the question of X-Men, Deadpool, blah, 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 uh, he blatantly said, because he had already told the people at Fox that Feige is going to be, there's not going to be two Marvels, there's going to be one. So Feige is going to have that. So if you are specifically talking about the movie ventures that Fox has and the movie executives that they have, and you are taking all the Marvel stuff and saying Feige's got it, but we're going to let the best person um, r- run the show for the rest of the movies. Okay. What other fucking movies do they have? And we're talking about Disney. What other movies do they have?
They've
They
got
have
the
they
animation.
have they have Pixar.
Yep.
They have Star Wars. They have that's pretty much it.
Their animation. The other animation.
Hmm.
That's it. Um, I, you know, he basically said it's the purge, as someone told me, is happening, and the flying
Oh,
monkey
yes.
KK has
Hmm.
had past tense at Lucasfilm are trying to hide
Yes.
because the heads are rolling. As far as I know,
Mm.
Hidalgo was the first one because I know he's been gone. I feel it. You know, he's not. I mean, when he asked, "We're doing recruiting videos now," I'm like, "You didn't know that, and you weren't in the video, really?" You know, he and then he made a smart ass comment about the prequels, about what they were how the war started. I'm like, you piece of shit, you're a prequel hater. You're not
Mhm.
at Lucasfilm anymore. And I,
GJ video says nothing's changed. Bob Iger's protecting KK
who?
and RJ.
Mhm.
Who said that?
No, he's not. Just telling you that right now.
Ooh.
No, he's not.
Um,
You'd have to be a retard to think that.
well, it's just a non-truth.
It,
Mhm.
I honestly wish I could release these Disney memos, but I can't. One, it's a legal issue. Uh,
Well, clearly,
Two, um,
you can put it on a T-shirt too at some point. Hopefully,
you should.
um,
Oh my god. I would wear that. Make it a
I would
scuba
definitely
naked
wear
face.
that T-shirt.
Oh fuck yeah.
there are very few people that have access. There are very few people that have access to these memos.
Exactly.
So if these memos were to get released, then the people that I know uh,
Get fired,
would to get they would pinpoint that shit quickly.
and then get their ass sued too for
Um,
non-disclosure,
Yeah.
breach of contract, etc., etc.
there's a lot of stuff in there, which is why you
Yeah.
don't ever hear me explicitly go through and read a memo out. I will and
Well, no shit,
I
you'd
will
have to be a
just
dumbass to do that one.
I will just sit there
Example, me.
and
I'll do it because I don't give a fuck. As I say,
yeah,
new satire. Haha, eat it, bitches. It's a parody. They're only
yeah.
joking. Nothing's untrue for them saying. It's
Yeah.
all joke. So I can get away with it.
I'm
Hey,
not
I know the law.
Daytona. GJ is more than welcome to their opinion, and I'd be more than happy to explain exactly how he's not. Um, uh,
Accurate.
well, no, how Iger is not protecting KK and Ryan. A
Okay.
matter of fact,
No, that's
if you just go back to the beginning, we started off with that.
yeah.
If
We did.
if you weren't here for
Yeah,
the beginning of it,
he's nuking both of them.
yeah.
How you talk? I mean, I'm looking at the well, the analysis of what Iger said right now on our website, and yeah, it's pretty
No,
much agreeing with what Greg's saying.
it's literally
This
like,
is money, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, it
This is some
is. It's like
joke.
if you think for 1 minute, Amanda Ward, if you're listening, that they're protecting your precious boy. No, they're not. And they're not protecting your female Hercules. They're not. He's not. They're gone. And let me say this, a lot of crap went down. A lot of really bad stuff went down. It's going to look like it's all fluffy. They're all landing on giant feather beds, but they're not. They're not. Because what we see and what really went down are vastly different things. Vastly. All you have to do is look at the premiere solo. George Lucas is standing on one end of it, and KK is standing on the other end of the group. They're not talking, they're not anywhere near each other. In that photograph, that's all I needed to see. That's it. And we all know what went down after that, before that.
Now, also, Steph and I have also seen the article and the press release from. Um, they can't do it right now, GJ.
I'm just gonna go put disclaimer.
Yeah, they can't do it right now.
And hopefully not ban someone by accident.
I'm getting ready to go into it, but I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain what
Oh
the other
man.
public statement released by Disney the other day said, which was I think yesterday. Um, the it was I think it was a total of seven. Seven people were promoted inside of the company.
Yep.
Um,
Hmm.
okay, and they were promoted to executive positions. Two were promoted to completely oversee the overseas portion of PR, and because we all know that Disney is failing miserably overseas. Um,
Yes.
so
Really bad.
if
It's
you're
all
going to
clear.
take, I think it was seven or eight people, and then they went through another list of other people that had moved up as well. Okay, so if they have all these people that have moved up, where are the people that used to run those jobs.
And that's the question.
Hmm.
That's
because
the
they're
big
because they're obviously not there anymore.
no.
So, but you don't hear about those firings because they're not public figureheads. Um, and these are all for um, not for all brands. If you read through that, if
Hmm.
you read through, it tells you what they're going to be working on. Okay, well, I got
Yes.
news for you. The two people that they put in charge of overseas are going to get their asses stomped
Yes.
in the ground, just
Exactly.
trying to get Star Wars back into any theater overseas, period, especially China.
Oh
So,
God. Well, China, they're doing a stunt, in my opinion, to fix the China problem. But you've already heard about that. So,
Uh,
yeah,
you want
yeah,
me to
but
talk about it or no?
it's not going to matter.
It might help a little. I mean, if they're hiring locals in China, it'll help somewhat. But
But
because
but
they're
that's
weird
just
like
yeah,
that,
but see,
and then
that's
they'll
just
publish this
that's
crap out of it over there.
yeah,
No, I
that's
don't think it's gonna make that much money if the movie's crap. At the end of the day, if it's crap, it's crap. So it has to be good.
yeah, because like we've already said before, and just like if you go back to Rogue One, the matter of fact, I mean, he is a humongous star in China, and he can't even get people to go watch the movie that he's
No,
in
Rogue One did
China.
okay overseas. Not
That's
great, but okay.
yeah, I mean, that's the only reason, and it still only stayed in theaters 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
And he is a humongous star in China.
yeah,
So the
yeah.
rest of them are still uh,
I'm sure he'll make a cameo in this film too, because they're pulling out all the breaks. It's like, look, how many Asian people can we get in this film? Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, guys.
because
And then let's film in China, and then let's put it in the newspaper there. They need. I'm not even joking on this one part. They need to give away the original trilogy in China. Just give it the fuck away. It's worth it. The money you'll make on the other end, because that's the main problem in China. If anyone's read the news about this, the financials on this, they don't know what the fuck Star Wars is. Now imagine
nope.
if you will, vice versa.
let me
They come
explain
over
something.
here. Let me finish real quick.
Uh,
From Japan, right, with hentai or anime or tentacle, you know, people with lightsabers everywhere, and they go, "Hey, watch this film. It's got a squid with lightsabers, and it looks real cool. He's doing backflips." We'll be like, "What the hell is this garbage?" But if you explain them to them and you give them Squiddy number 1 with the adventures of Harvey the Squid, and he's gonna go around, he's just gonna eat the form fanboys, just eat them alive. They're all gonna die. You do that, right? You do a squid killing fanboys on forums. People will be happy about that, and that'll make money here. Maybe, we don't know, but who doesn't want to see a fanboy killed? I'm joking. It's in a film, so there
uh,
we go.
well,
Contact
here,
some on Twitter need to get a busted cap in the ass. Um,
um, uh, you know, after living in Korea, Asia, they don't get us. They don't get Western culture. Star Wars is literally the uplifting of every piece of cultural mythology that we were all raised on, that has been in our bloodline for 10,000 years. It's not in their bloodline. So they're watching all this stuff going, what? And it's like, oh God, I can't explain it. There are people that get it. They look at the monsters, they look at all this stuff, it's really cool. Um, there are a lot of Asians that understand it. If they've lived here, if they grew up here, they love it. But it's hard for the Chinese to understand it. They're way insular. They call it the Middle Kingdom and the Hermit King. Well, the Middle Kingdom for a reason. They've kept Western culture out, so they don't understand it. And B, it's what's the big deal? You know, they don't get it.
Yeah, and the other thing is
mhm.
in China, political views other than the government's political views are not tolerated.
Pretty much.
I
Yep,
mean, they kill people
Yes.
daily.
they do.
They execute more
They
freaking
do.
people than any other country ever, and they will and they do it for political reasons. And so they're not going to put up with any kind of political agenda. It's not going to happen. This was also explained by, I can't remember his name. He's the one that played the blind guy in Rogue One. He is a humongous star in China. I mean, huge, huge, one of the hugest stars. And he even explained it. I mean, flat out came out and said it. I mean, it's just not something that, it's part of our pop culture here. It's something that helped shape, well,
Hmm.
it helps shape people. I mean, hell, look at all of us in some way or another. And Mike can tell you at Let's Talk Star Wars, at some way or another, these movies have shaped your pretty much how you are, how you grew up, how you think. For some
Hmm.
of us, your entire life.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
and for most of us, really, your entire life. So, but they didn't have that opportunity because one, two, and three wasn't available in China. And one, two, and three. Well, or when I say that, one, two, and three is actually four, five, and six. But the other thing is, these movies came out right as soon as the country had just went through a bad time, and I do mean a bad time. They had just come off
Mm.
of the war that really nobody in America wanted to fight, and nobody really wanted to be in. So, but you know, our guys had just come back. There's really no jobs. There's really nothing going on. There's really, the economy was crap,
Yeah, the
and
70s was, I mean, if I, it was, here's the deal. You had the gritty stuff that Martin Scorsese was coming up with,
Hmm.
and Francis Ford Coppola, the really gritty, hopeless stuff that was going on. Spielberg comes out with Jaws, the first big summer blockbuster, and then Lucas shows up with Star Wars. And it was like this thing that happened. Everybody suddenly found themselves defined. You know what's really weird? It made me feel closer to my parents, the greatest generation.
Hmm.
Is that weird? If you think about it, I would love to ask George Lucas, is that weird that these movies made me feel closer to my mom and dad?
not really.
You know,
I
because
mean, yeah, I mean, because honestly, my dad and my mom both took me to go see. And I know a lot of y'all have heard this story before because I mean we didn't have movie theaters. We had a drive-in. I grew up in the middle of fucking nowhere, so yeah, I mean I had a drive-in. And my mom and
Driving, live or die.
yeah, my mom and dad took me to the drive-in to watch. I don't call it Episode 4. I mean, I don't call it A New Hope. I call it
Well,
Episode
anybody
4 because that's
that
what the fuck
saw the early
it
stuff
was.
at Star
It
Wars.
it was just Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I actually saw Star Wars.
Mhm.
And I couldn't help it, but I was sitting in the back of the truck listening to the speaker, and just completely enthralled in this movie. And when the second one came out, when Empire came out, we still
Yeah,
lived
that
in
was the
this.
first one I
We still
officially remember.
lived in the small town, and I couldn't wait for it to come out. Really had never didn't even know they were going to do a sequel. There really wasn't a sequel shit going on like there is now. If a movie does
Yeah.
great, there's another one coming right after it.
Yeah, there was
So
no guarantee back then. They just do
no,
one film, and then if it does
yeah,
well, then there's another. If it does well, then there's another. If it doesn't do well, it ends.
so
yeah,
when they finally took me to the second one, and it was the same way, and my dad was just kind of like,
See, fucking
this
3PO though, man. Shit,
this
knowing no
this
best.
kid is just like,
cock blocker.
you know. So he encouraged it, and now the third one, now when Return of the Jedi came out, we had moved to a different place, and we were actually able to um, go to a movie theater to actually watch it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was It was awesome. I'm
Eh,
I'm not
Yeah.
I am a prequel fan. I am not a Jar Jar Binks fan. I do understand the character of Jar Jar Binks.
Yep.
But
You should like that. Hmm?
I am a prequel fan.
I
I
those,
think the story
Darth
is
Maul's a badass. I know that
those
Star
those
Wars likes
yeah.
those
Darth Maul.
stories are basically what it's about. It's about the rise and fall and redemption of Anakin Skywalker. That is what George Lucas wanted to do.
Yes.
Um, I got to tell you this. Uh, I went opening weekend when Empire came out, bawled my eyes out. I left the theater sobbing. My best friend's looking at me going, "What is wrong with you?" I was crying so hard. It, but you want to know what? What they did, which was wrong, is they released the comic book for Return of the Jedi before it came out, so we all knew that Han died
True.
and
I'm
everything.
so happy I wasn't into comic books yet at that point.
And I was like, yes. So when we went, I was like, I'm pumped. It was so funny. But honest to
Hmm.
God, I bawled my eyes out. I mean, my oldest sister was looking at me going, I can't take you anywhere. I'm like, you understand. It was so
Yeah,
funny.
people didn't really understand for a long time about Star Trek and Star Wars fans. It's like freaks in the corner.
Yeah,
There's so many of the freaks with Star Wars, though, that they had to deal with us, right? So we
yeah,
weren't
but you know
considered
what? Wait,
touch nerds.
is when I look at Star Wars and the way it is and where it came from. It's
Hmm.
I imagine people sitting around a fire listening to these stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and that's where your heartstrings get touched. That's where you get attached to these
Yeah,
characters.
exactly.
That's why they are timeless. And that's why it means so much to people. It's in
Yeah.
our DNA. It is in our DNA.
No, it literally is. We're conditioned to enjoy that experience.
Oh yeah.
Now do I think do I
Centuries of evolution.
yeah. Now do I think the prequels could have been better? I'm not saying the story because I like the story,
Yep.
the actual story, and I like the characters.
Yep.
I except for Jar Jar. I don't fucking like Jar Jar, but I like the
Mhm.
characters.
Yep.
And I
Yeah, the
love
execution was just not quite there.
I love the story. The story from 1 to 3 um,
It's pretty solid if you think
carries
about it.
out very well.
Yep.
The characters they introduced, of course, everybody could sit there and name off just about every character that was on the Jedi Council,
Yep.
whether
Yeah.
they had one line, two lines, or that was the only time you ever saw them.
Yep.
Matter of fact, even some of the extras in the Jedi fight scene during Clone Wars, they were just extras, but
Yep.
Hmm.
they were given names by fans. Then the next thing you know, that name stuck with them, and off to the EU it went
Exactly.
under that name.
Exactly. Bodie McBoatface, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you know what?
I'm joking.
That is so amazing. I mean, it was Lucasfilm with George Lucas driving it, and the fans running with it, and that is beautiful. That is, we get what you're doing. Let's run. Let's run with this. And he's like, sure, whatever.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
that's right. George's problem is self-editing. He has
True. He's
a
not
big.
good at it.
No, he's not because he's so full of things that he wants to talk about and images he wants to share. This immense, and he films everything. And then it's like, well, where do I edit? I love it all. And it's like, oh God,
Hmm.
I have a headache now. You need to go out of here. We'll make a story. All right. We've got everything you put out here. I understand what you want to do. We'll do this your way. You're not going to see everything you want to see on the screen because we can't do it. We can't do it. All right.
Yeah, you leave that
And
for spin-offs, but he didn't want to do spin-offs. So
no,
yeah,
and
that was a problem.
but that's how big his brain is. That's how smart he is.
Hmm.
That's how good
Yeah, he
he
is
is,
quite intelligent.
and that's his vision. And people don't respect it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna get back to GJ. GJ, you still here? If you are, pop up in the chat, and then I'll go through and answer your questions again. If you're not in the chat, everybody else has already heard it, so we'll go more into Bob Iger.
Yes,
And
Iger.
yeah, into what he said.
He's trying to save his own ass in a way with what he said. He threw everybody under the bus he needed to.
It's
Good job on his part.
it's typical of any CEO to because they know they're untouchable. And
Well, within reason, you keep losing
no,
money.
no. You have to understand that now he is completely untouchable.
No, it takes forever. But
yeah, he's completely.
If he loses billions for like 5 years in a row, I don't think he's untouchable anymore. But the probability of that happening is slim to none.
Right.
So, yeah, he's basically untouchable.
Yeah, exactly. I guess GJ's not in the thing anymore, so or not watching the video anymore. So I'm not gonna. I mean, I was gonna go back through it again on how he's not protecting KK and RJ, but I mean, it's just it's simple common sense, really, and it's just simple business, is what it is.
Yeah.
You'll notice that neither one of their names came out. You'll notice that Ryan Johnson's trilogy was not mentioned at all. As a matter of fact, at the after JJ's episode 9, they're going to sit down and reevaluate what they're going to do. But the D&D trilogy is already scheduled to go ahead. It is already going to start shooting in this spring. It is already given a go ahead. We already know that's happening. You didn't hear a damn word about Kathleen Kennedy, but yet you heard Kevin Feige's name come up more than once.
Oh, yes.
And then you also heard
this is to
they're going to take
the stockholders.
Yeah, they're going to take the Fox execs that are with Fox, and they are going to use whoever is best for the job when it comes to film. When it comes to movies, said it specifically, when it comes to movies. Now, but they specifically said right after that Feige has all of Marvel. You can put 2 and 2 together, and the shit will never equal 9. It will always equal 4.
Yep.
So there are lots of things, and then when we go over Iger taking responsibility for it, Iger takes responsibility for the 2 things that he had control of, and then I'm going to go into the very last thing he said on Star Wars, because it's the most important thing, and people did not get it. All right, so
well, most people didn't, but it's understandable. Like spin room.
First, he stuck to the May release date because, by God, he wanted it to come out in May as far as Solo. All right, so he apologized for that. It has absolutely nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with fatigue. There were 752 Avengers movies that came out in 365 days, and every one of them fuckers made over $1 billion. So I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit about fatigue. It's not fatigue. He understands the backlash that was going on. People were telling him there was a backlash going on, and he made the decision, screw the backlash. We're going to release it because they're going to go watch it because it's Star Wars. So he's taking responsibility for that. The second thing he's taking responsibility for is releasing The Last Jedi, even though he and everyone else at Disney that saw it hated the fucking movie. But they had to do what they had to do in order to get things in motion, to get themselves in position. Because I will agree with Matt Kaddish that it is extremely difficult to get an executive out. However, once they completely show how inept they are and how they can't do their fucking job and how they are so out of touch with the product they're trying to create and trying to sell, and that's what a movie is. It's a product. And you're so out of touch with it. it is it's inevitable. So I am going to give you the rope. You're going to hang yourself. And Bob Iger pretty much admitted that. The last thing that really bypassed so many people is Bob Iger said when it comes to, and he was specifically on Star Wars, when it comes to the Star Wars movies, the buck stops here.
That was the thing that stuck out to me.
Now, and not the buck stops at Kathleen Kennedy, not the buck stops at Alan Horn. The buck stops here.
Exactly.
This is for all future.
Right at him. It's all on his head.
This is
He's putting himself out there.
and he is talking about the future of the franchise and the future movies that are coming out and the future this and the future that. Okay, well, if I'm CEO of Lucasfilm Limited and I don't have the decision to and I don't have the power to say no, I want to do this movie, no, I want to do this movie, and that power is taken away from me. The CEO of the core of the company that owns Lucasfilm has absolutely no say in that because you're supposed to be able to run that company how you see fit. Well, apparently not, because Bob Iger says the buck stops with him. In other words, the decisions come to him.
Yep. Well,
Exactly.
when you've got hedge fund managers going, where's our money going? When you've got fans going, blah, going wild biking berserker rages.
Yeah, when you've got a substantial loss due to people getting a little antsy about the way things are going.
And it's not
Yeah.
just half the fans. It is literally 3/4 of us. By the way, it looks to me, looking at the numbers. Okay, everyone's pissed off. He's got to say something. He did. She's gone. Ryan Johnson has no trilogy. They're going to try to fix what they broke because he let her do what she wanted. And he was like, what the fuck did I just do?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yep.
Well, Ron Navy just brought up a point that I'm going to address.
Right.
He says if Iger is so untouchable, he could have fired KK and RJ before The Last Jedi was released without fear of backlash.
No.
No, you actually
No.
can't.
That would cause a panic in the stock.
Yes.
No, and
You
it
have
would,
to
That
understand
would cause a panic in the stock if you did something like that.
when you
All about
have
timing.
when you have what the last count was 4.5 billion shares of common stock, and your shares take a $3 hit or a $4 hit, you have just lost $15 billion worth of worth to your company. Now, you know that you have been trying to get this Fox deal going, and he knew this before The Last Jedi. They've been working on this Fox deal for years,
they
trying
want
trying to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
during Rogue One.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've got to get our stock prices at an all-time high, and the problem is they were trolled by by Comcast into an additional
That was
what was
funny
it?
but scary.
It was 14 or
It was
18
more than I would have liked.
billion dollars. It was, which is like I said before,
Cost me
is
fucking money.
almost half of what Disney's value is. You
Hey,
know,
let me get my disclaimer again. A
so
lot of disclaimers tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
stock is actually down.
Can I
Stock
say
stock is still down. They
Overall.
they missed their targets for the third quarter in a row.
Yes. You thank Solo in the comic books for that and ESPN.
Right, and it's not just and this guy just he's fixated on Solo. Well, Solo didn't, they could make up for the $200 million that Solo lost. Okay,
His break-even statement makes me
okay.
go, this dude trying to do a publicity stunt right here is what he's trying to do.
Yes,
It's what it looks like to me,
so,
man, in case any of your followers have
you are
watched
so
tonight.
right. You are so, oh my God.
It's not just Solo. You keep focusing on Solo. It's not just Solo, which I replied many, many times
Yeah,
with actual facts, actual statements, real life situations.
exactly.
And well, you don't understand. It's all about
And
how
several things at the same time.
it's
Yeah.
all it's you. It's really hard to get rid of because Spielberg's behind her. I have news for
Oh
you.
my.
No,
Yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah,
not
the
anymore.
guy that couldn't sell Lincoln,
yeah,
who wandered around Hollywood going, "Will you please fund my movie?" That guy.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Matt, go play. Whatever.
Super
When he
chat, Ron Navy. Ron, thanks for the super chat and not including a clone hand.
Real questions today, ladies and gentlemen.
Says
Real questions.
Iger's ass is losing with ABC, ESPN, Star Wars, all failing. Um, true,
Yes,
true, true. Also forgot the comics division
comics division is losing
is
badly.
completely
I've been dissecting that for the past
and
month.
utterly failing.
It's fucking ugly. Sorry for the
The
language, but it's that
Schnabel.
bad.
yeah,
Second
their
fucking place is not
books,
acceptable for Disney,
yeah, their
and
books
they're gonna be third at this pace.
are shit. And not selling well. The games are not selling at
Games aren't
all.
selling for shit. Hey, for them, it doesn't count if Sony's making a shit ton on Spider-Man. They need their games making a shit ton that says Disney on it.
And
That's not happening.
you turn around and look at
Fucking EA.
toy sales being down, toys and merch being down 10%.
Hmm.
Now, this is being down 10%, even though Marvel merchandise is actually up by 19%.
Yes, because they're not idiots.
So they're up by 19%, but overall their toys are down and their toys and merch are down by 10%. Then that lets you know right there, there's a shit ton of money that Star Wars is not bringing in if it's dragging down the 19% increase that Marvel actually has out there and still showing a 10% loss.
Yep.
Yep.
It takes a shit ton to do that. And then the guy said, well, Toys R Us. Okay. Hasbro and Mattel
That's
both addressed the Toys R Us situation.
in their conference call.
It affected one quarter. One. It did not affect a year. It affected one quarter earning. And it didn't affect Star Wars earnings at all because none of that goes back to Star Wars or Lucasfilm or Disney. That goes back to Hasbro and Mattel, the two manufacturers that have licensing right now with them. So that does not affect the 10% sales going down because all of that merchandise, even though sent back to Mattel and Hasbro, was then turned around and resold to somebody the hell else. And I saw the shit on overstock.com and I didn't want to buy it because it's all shit.
Go to your local store, any of them. I'm sure there's going to be a shit ton of Rose Ticos.
Oh,
$1.
Ollie's. It's like I can't. My ass.
You can make a
flew.
fort from the amount of fucking merchandise there is.
It's like, you know what? The problem is this: the movies are advertisements for the stuff. The stuff doesn't sell because the movies suck. Why did the movies suck? Because the writers couldn't come up with compelling characters to take over for the original three. And every time the original three showed up, no one didn't care about your new characters. What's the problem? All right. And I don't get it. All right. I'm still flummoxed about Kevin.
Oh, and apparently they just canceled. They can't wait. They just canceled the toy set that was in existence.
The
So
Lego.
what does that tell you about how Star Wars is doing when they're canceling planned sets?
Yeah, we're gonna Ron Navy's got another super chat up, and I'm gonna explain to Ron again really slowly, because apparently I'm not explaining it correctly. So how is Iger untouchable? Iger equals the king of the SJWs. Actually, not.
No.
Iger is not an SJW at all.
Yeah,
Iger,
Iger's about making money and becoming president. So
exactly.
in his
Iger,
Well,
mind.
right. And now what Iger has is Iger has contacts. Iger has Iger has completely restructured the company um, since the takeover.
Yeah, they're still in
Um,
the process of restructuring, by the way.
yeah.
and Iger right now is one of the most influential people um, in entertainment, and B, what he's actually doing with the stuff that actually makes money, the stuff that he's in charge of, as far as parks and new additions and everything else, are all great ideas that are going to end up making money.
Yes.
Now, but this whole Fox deal where they want to get in with Netflix and all this other shit, this is a gamble. It's a really big gamble because he's basing this off of future technology of people buying individual channels,
Yes.
instead of buying like Netflix that offers
A
the
multitude of
right,
things.
and Hulu, which offers a
Yeah.
multitude. Plus, they're going to get
Well, Hulu's in the
yeah,
whatever discounted for the Disney streaming package,
exactly. So you're also, but they're also in it
which
for
is actually finally getting positive buzz. I wonder why. Oh wait, Filoni? Yeah.
yeah. Well, they're also in it for Skynet,
Well, that too.
which is over in Europe.
Well, yes.
Um, and that is a
Well,
huge
that's a
deal for them.
bonus.
But
That's a very nice bonus.
you have to realize, just like he does, they're going to have to put billions of dollars into this, even though this is already established because now the Fox deals went through. They are a majority stakeholder in Hulu.
Yes.
But although just being a majority stakeholder, uh, you know, they're still going to have to sell their streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
And at $14.99, you can kiss my ass because I can get all of Netflix for $9.99, and then I can go get Cody's shit for free, and I can watch any fucking channel I want to.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the average, what do you call it, normie, the average person has disposable income up the ass, apparently. So, I mean, look at all the super chats. Thank you, Ron Navy. I'm not joking, man. But what I'm saying is, there's so much disposable income. They got their freaking $1,000 iPhones, etc., etc. iPhones, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm singing to some people right now. So, they can afford the $14.99. Now, if it goes above that, that's where it might hit.
Well,
They
it
I,
might do a deep discount on Hulu, is my understanding. So is it going to work out for them? We'll see.
But see,
At the end of the day, the
you're
fourteen
already
ninety
got to
nine is going
pay.
to be closer to 12.
Yeah, but you already have to pay $9.99 for Hulu.
Yeah. Well, no. Like I said, they're changing. I'll find the article for you. But okay, if you get the Disney streaming, is again, this is my understanding from people who've been supposedly looking at the thing as it's getting crafted, right? And the way they're structuring it, Hulu is going to be included at a very deep discount with the
Oh,
Disney streaming.
so they're going to go $6.99,
A
if they
lot
do
cheaper.
that,
and
No,
then you're
keep
going to have
going
to.
down. No.
if
Keep
yeah,
going down.
Well,
Keep going.
Hulu on its own
Hulu
offers.
on its own is going to look, if it's included with Disney Stream, my understanding between $2.99 and $4.99.
Okay,
Hulu will
well,
be included.
Hulu on its own is offers ABC. I mean, offers CBS, not ABC, which is owned by Disney.
Hmm.
It offers CBS. It offers a multitude of other channels. Plus, it offers movies, streaming content, everything else.
It comes
Um,
down to the price point, really, if they're going to make money on this, a lot of money on this or not.
and it's really interesting is what does what do all the cable companies do like Comcast, and all the rest of that. It's
They're getting screwed, is an understatement so far.
they are, and I I'm an observer.
And then they're raising prices too, which is just amazing.
What a great idea! In the
Yeah.
age of, I can hit my iPhone, connect to my TV, go onto Hulu or Netflix and watch whatever I want.
Exactly.
to buy your shit. You know, they might as well just be, um, like parent things or whatever, and then you just like buy whatever you want. It's gonna be cafeteria.
Yep. Well, they're not going to do that, sadly. Well, I mean, the cable companies are not going to do that anytime soon because they
No.
think they can keep blackmailing people to doing the,
Yeah.
oh, but the bundle, you want to get the bundle and you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you'll be so happy. Get the bundle. So,
Oh, we've got
yeah,
the
they're going to bundle themselves out of business in about 10 years at
yeah.
current pace.
We've got the bundle. We didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you don't have a choice at the bundle. You got to
Right.
get the bundle. You got to pick their bundle or their bundle in order
Well,
to get
where we
the only
live,
thing you
we've
want
got
really, which is internet.
All right, let me hit these super chats real quick. Got a super chat from Ron Navy. It says, when's Iger going to let them clone Luke's hand?
Apparently in episode 9. Yep,
tomorrow.
according to Mike Zero. Oh yes, Mike. Hi, what's up? Pretty much.
I bet you
Mike
Ron Navy
Zero
goes
has
home and just
kind of gotten clever. He's now kind of saying what we're saying, but he's putting a little twist on it. Like recently, he said Luke's going to be back, just like I said. I think you said too. I'm not sure. I know I've doubled down on Luke's going to be alive in this film, in effect. So
Mark
now
Hamill.
Mike Zero is saying the Wills are going to bring him back from the dead. So cool. I hope you're right, Mike Zero. I didn't say the Wills, but all right. In any case, I said, in effect, from the last script I read, it's going to be a relic or some crap like that. And somehow, what the hell was it? Yoda and a few other things. And then, bam, you got Luke again. Is this script real that I read? I don't know. We'll find the fuck out.
I
Anyway,
need
there's a new
to
one being written.
what? Jesus Christ! Oh God! I just want what I want is a normal continuance of the freaking story.
Oh, that's not
I,
going to happen. It's JJ.
well, no, it's not. No. It's not because of freaking TLJ and Kiki going, oh, well, yeah, it's fine. You can do whatever you want, Ryan. That's what she did.
just Jonathan Garcia said, "What the fuck is a will?" All right, that's actually Will's WHILL. But anyway, let me get to the super chat real quick because yeah, Ron Navy, thanks for super chat. Says you missed my first super chat toward the beginning of your show, which I read. I just really overlooked your fucking cloned hand because I apparently you have one. Um, and yeah, apparently you have a cloned hand and you use it a lot.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with
I
that.
don't
He's using
know.
it too much lately. We don't want him going to the hospital again for
The
overusing
girl,
that hand.
the girl goes way. Ron, oh,
Oh my
yes,
skull,
yes,
God!
it's Will Smith. That's what it is. It's Will
I
Smith.
thought Will Smith was in the Captain Marvel fucking trailer. Let's
I
punch
thought
out
Will
some more
Smith
old
was
ladies.
transgender.
Look,
Oh
we're gonna
man.
punch more old women. Disney, we're gonna make so much money. I hope the marketing team and the ad team that was part of that fucking trailer got fired because they're retarded. They're full on idiots. Are you, in this day and age, when they get pissed at anything, this is SJWs, all the far, whatever the fuck. You punched an old woman out in a trailer. Are you insane? Ah, shit. All right, fair
Uh,
enough of my rant on that
All
one.
right, Ron Navy super chat. Just tell us what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what I really, really want. I
Ah,
want to, I
hey,
want to,
Spice
I want
Girls
to,
is going to
I
be
want
better
to.
than Captain
Hey,
Marvel
look, I'm just gonna let you
right
know right
now.
now.
Spice Girls.
I'm just gonna let you know right now. Mel B, Scary Spice. I have a thing. All right,
Oh,
sorry.
God, no. I met her.
Are you kidding
Well,
me?
okay, she used to be hot past tense. Past tense.
She
Now,
still is.
I don't know.
Have you
I've
not
met her. I've met
watched?
both versions. I met
Have
the
you
younger version of her and the older version of her.
have you
Well,
not
maybe she
watched
did something
American
again.
Idol?
Okay, 5 years ago,
Who?
I met her. Not so good. Maybe she had some plastic surgery. I'll go look again.
But,
Scary Spice,
I'll
which
go look at it again.
her name is
that
Mel B.
redhead? The redhead.
No,
Give me a second. I'll go look at her
Oh
again.
God.
Maybe she got some plastic surgery.
the
I'm
only
just saying
person
5 years
of
ago, not
color,
so
the only black girl.
Okay, her.
Scary Spice, the one that used to have her hair in the big old afro.
Yeah.
much. The reason they called her scary.
Yeah, that's why they called her Scary Spice.
Exactly, the hair gone dang. The body and the face were nice.
Which
Then,
she
not
has
5 years ago. Let me go
recently
look.
checked in. She's recently checked into to a hospital because she's addicted to sex.
Well,
That's not a lie.
Eddie Murphy
Okay.
can tell you about that one. Yeah, with her.
Okay, so can Harvey Weinstein. Okay.
Okay, give me. Let me
Matt,
lower the audio. And
you know, all right, all right. She's addicted to sex, honey. Here's my female thing. If you've met so many guys that can do that to you that you're addicted to it, what the fuck? What seriously?
Look, I'm addicted to it.
I'm talking about women. You just sit back and listen. Not, I don't even get there. Jesus Christ. She's searching for something that is attached to emotion that she's incapable of having because she's a freak. All right, fine. Go do whatever you want, lady. Whatever. I am standing here going, Jesus.
Okay, I'm a freak too.
You're freaking.
well, yes, clearly you're into furries. Looking at Mel B, the one you're talking about recently.
Oh,
Okay,
God,
so
no.
yeah, she had plastic surgery for the last time I met her.
She's
Ew.
She
hot.
definitely had plastic surgery. She looks a lot better.
The one that was a lesbian?
Yeah, her
No,
skin. No, she wasn't a lesbian.
no,
Oh God,
no,
I thought it was.
no,
no.
that's another
You're
one.
thinking of Sporty Spice.
Yeah, she's thinking of Sporty.
Ew.
You
Get
Okay.
your
need to learn
Spice
you need
Girls
to learn
right.
your spices.
You gotta
You
learn your
got
spice.
parsley and you got mustard and you got yeah. Yeah, that's no,
Learn your spices.
that's Sporty
2
Spice.
snaps.
Super chat up from
Yes, Sporty's
that's
interesting.
super chat
I
up
met them
from critically
all. Oh
praising
God.
there. It says just want to take a second to say hi to any Lucasfilm reps listening in. You never know when Craig may drop mind blowing info, one time only in an 8-hour stream. This is exactly true. And it is exactly true that we do have Disney and we also have Lucasfilm execs as
Yes.
subs
They
on the
like
channel.
visiting on
Love
occasion.
you and your boobs.
I mean, it is,
Yes.
yeah.
Always fun.
I still love the
Posing
FNN.
questions.
I love the FNN freaking name.
It's amazing. I hope
Um,
you keep that. Hopefully we make you happy to keep that.
I
I,
love it too.
I
uh,
just did another FNN one today. Just a quick one before we went live. It's been really crazy at work, and I haven't really felt all that well whenever I got home.
it's been just crazy period lately. The last
But
3 days. God.
Ron Navy super
Ooh.
chat says he's a freak too. I love my clone hand.
No, we know. We know you do.
Thank you,
Now you
Yeah,
keep
Ron.
that thing oiled up.
yeah.
I'm glad I know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Ow.
Here's our guess who's here. Stig the fucking Swede just checked in.
Dig! Ooh!
Hey, what's up, Stig? What's up, man?
Ah, Viking Berserkers, rah!
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. It's just absolutely not a live stream without Stig Johansson in here.
Go
Not
Well,
a damn Swede.
Shatner. On the note of Mongolian porn,
we
Shatner
we
had
all
to
we all
cancel his
know that
orders.
you're Norwegian. We all know that it's Norwegian, but you're surrounded by a bunch of I don't know, like cows and buffalo and shit that
no,
are dressed up as women. So, you know.
my mom would get really pissed off if I didn't mention it.
Yes.
Our father. So there you go.
Effing update says Ron's mom loves clone hands too.
Ron's mom definitely
Oh
loves
my
that clone
God.
hand at night
Oh, that's
in the
oh,
shadows.
No, but that is exactly what FNM would
Mhm.
say.
Yes.
So this must be our field correspondent. Super chat up from Dick Carey. This is nothing wrong with Mongolian porn.
Exactly. William Shatner loves his Mongolian porn.
No.
Mongolian
For some
pork, a good
reason,
Mongolian beef. Who doesn't love a good hanging Mongolian beef?
Oh Jesus God.
Did I go too far? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Jesus. Oh my god.
We're here about the
TK,
facts,
I'll
ladies
tell
and
you.
gentlemen.
If you go too far, I'll tell you.
Oh my
Okay, don't kill
god.
me now. I don't want to die. Hey, Steph knows how to shoot, so you don't want to screw with her.
I'm gonna do a video. I will. I'll, no,
We I mean, it's just it's been a great day for
For the Rebel
it's
Alliance, definitely.
it's 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 validation.
it
Um
is.
it's I mean, now look, now we all understand that the people who subscribe. Now, granted, it's not a huge channel, but it's a quality channel, and we all know that there are certain things that have been held back, and we all know that there are certain things that have been said that it just takes time for them to.
Process it. Yeah.
It takes time for them to say, okay, it's okay to do it. It's okay to release it. And so
Yes.
far, it's really nice to be at that 100% range.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Always fun.
100% is pretty damn good. Hell,
Yes. No, notice they all shut the fuck up today.
they
Not a damn peep.
They
nope.
did.
They were talking shit and talking shit and
Uh-huh.
talking shit and kept
I
going
linked
back
that
at them and
article
back
and
at
they
them
all
and back at
shut the
them.
fuck up.
And then after that, everybody was just like, oh, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that killed them a
No,
little bit.
Maggie. No,
Well,
you
yes,
were right.
mind you, the people that are talking to them are that Brian Young dude, and that
Oh,
don't.
fuck, that guy's a moron.
Well, no, he quote unquote works for Lucasfilm, but he doesn't, and everybody else. And they were the ones go blah blah blah, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, because you don't have the and they were asking questions. If they were in the know, they wouldn't be there raising hell with us.
Nope. And just like when it came out on Odin's movie blog, he made it sound like during the whole entire video that he knew exactly what was going on. And then I called his bullshit and I said, look, what he did, because I think Steph tagged me in it, and I went on there and I said, look, basically what he did is speculation
Yep.
on how he thinks things actually work. And then he came
His
out and
opinion of how
then he
things
came
really
out.
work in
Yeah,
Hollywood.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then he came out and admitted, yes, I was just speculating.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because
So
in
thus
the
you don't know shit
so
about how
because in the video
corporations
you were
or business
saying,
works.
yeah,
Okay.
because in the video you were saying, we're all full of shit. We don't know what we're talking about. We don't know
Mm-hmm.
this. We don't know that.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the conversation, it was like, well, obviously, yeah, Craig does know somebody in so and so, and y'all obviously do know people on the inside. Yes,
Mm.
we obviously do. I'm not going to
Yes.
tell you I don't if I don't. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
Anubis, I have been saying this for many months. September is not when KK is leaving.
It's not. It's not.
I have said this over and over again.
Yeah,
I
but they
do
love
realize.
twisting words.
I
See,
do
that's other
realize
people that said that, and
there
they'll
are
deal with it. We
yes,
When
have
I
not
first
stated that ever.
when I first
there are other
We've stated
channels
the
out there.
possibility of what other people have said,
That is
not
correct.
other
Uh,
people have said it. We have not stated it.
here
Grace
are the
Randolph said it, not
here
us with certain things.
no here are the things that are keeping KK's job right now. One, the people that are going to take over Lucasfilm are in the middle of shooting another movie. So there would be absolutely no executive. Two, um, at this point and juncture, with uh, half the available cash that Disney would normally have, um, they have half the available cash. They cannot take a stock hit, and the reason they can't is because they offered stocks and partial
Mm-hmm.
cash to Fox because they could not do a complete shareholder deal with stocks, and they could not pay it all in cash. They couldn't come up with the funding, so they did a combination of both. So, if you go through right now and if you just turn it on any channel, if you have a penis and she has a vagina, you with the penis are fucking wrong. Period. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make a damn what you do, what you did. The other thing that's keeping her in power right now, well, she's not in power. The other thing that's keeping her job right now, and as well as RJ not being, I mean, just told flat out, hey, look, we've decided we're not going to do Ryan Johnson's trilogy. Ryan Johnson was signed under a contract by Kathleen Kennedy, not by Alan Horn, and not by Bob Iger. Was signed by Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now
it's called a contract buyout, which is a
so they're
normal
going to
thing
have
in
to
sports also.
right. They're either going to have to pay him X amount of dollars, or they are going to let him hang himself on Twitter to where they can get it at a cheaper price for the buyout. Or if he does something even stupider, like James Gunn,
Yeah, like get arrested.
then they get a freebie. Or if they do something stupid like Roseanne did, they get a freebie. So at this point, it's not hurting because he's not actually doing shit
Mm-hmm.
as far as making any trilogy. And Bob Iger even said that in the interview that was released. There's absolutely no mention of his trilogy. There is a mention of D&D. There's no mention of his. And what happens after JJ's episode 9 is up in the air and is to be determined at a later date. That is not saying it is going to be determined after 9 comes out. At a later date could mean in 15 fucking years.
Yep.
So it's doing them absolutely no harm monetarily by keeping Ryan Johnson on, except for he keeps running his mouth. You can guarantee that one of the people there is sitting there following Ryan Johnson's tweets. And you can guarantee that at the minute he screws up, just like when he jumped in the middle of cabbage Mike Zero,
Yes.
that
And since I
wouldn't
like presenting the facts, I like
th-
Mike Zero. I'll give you
that
one of the articles that started this whole shit
yeah,
show
that
with
wouldn't
Kathleen
hurt a
Kennedy.
fly.
I put it in chat. Go
Yeah,
enjoy it for yourselves. If there's people here watching that are hate watching, saying, "Oh, they're all full of shit on that show. It's fake news." There's fucking real news. Go enjoy that shit.
Yep.
That's the one that started. That's one of the articles that started.
No, here's the deal.
So right there, it's in black and fucking white. What was stated, what we repeated from that article. That's what we stated for the past
Went
couple of months.
after Mike Zero. That's when I knew they told him they will never fund his trilogy.
yeah. I mean, do you honestly think they're going to give him roughly 1.5 billion, which is this is for the movies and for the marketing, the promotion, everything
No.
else? Do you think they're going to put 1.5 billion dollars worth of money um, towards a trilogy for Ryan Johnson?
Well, when 3/4 of the fans that would actually go see it hate his guts, would probably celebrate if they heard he got run over by a buffalo. No. And they know that. They know that because they've been watching Twitter, social media. They know the reactions of people when he says something. And it's all negative unless you're a fat, disgusting cat lady who is obsessed with Adam Driver's ears. God, Jesus.
Stig, Mike Zero's sub count. It wasn't because Ryan Johnson attacked him, but his sub count just goes to the roof. And me and DJ and I discussed this DMing back and forth the other day.
Yeah.
Um, and it is based on the amount of uploads that you do.
Yeah.
The more uploads that you do,
You get your brownie points.
yeah. And if your video that you uploaded does well, the very next one that you upload, doesn't matter what it is, if it's you kissing a mirror, is going to get recommended. Not necessarily the one that did well. The next one that you put up is going to get recommended.
Yeah, they changed the algorithm. I don't know when the hell, but the current system is fucking over live streamers. There's no way around it. So you want to upload as many videos a day. Actually, it doesn't hurt the live stream per se. It's just as long as you put something the fuck up and then put something up again and put something up again, you're good to go, and it'll keep giving you your brownie points, and it stacks. I'm almost talking about a damn MMORPG at this damn point. But seriously, upload as much shit as you want to without getting the spam warning, right? Because that you don't want to do. So what Mike Zero is doing, what T Series is doing, that's what you want to do. You want to put up as many fucking videos a day as you can, all of them in 10 minutes, at least for 10 minutes, and then that's it. And it could be about anything, and you'll do well, and it's fucking retarded. And they need to change it.
That's exactly true.
I can't do that. I talk too long.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
You know, I mean, I was putting up 10-minute videos, but it seems that today's audience has got ADHD. If they don't get what they want in 30 seconds, you know, then
Yeah, they're out of there.
Yeah.
You've got 15 seconds to hook them in. The first 15 seconds. If you can hook them in the first 15 seconds, then you got them for 3 minutes, and you're making money.
Oh, there it is. So
it's sad, but true.
there it is.
That's all PewDiePie does.
Yes, so everybody does need to watch the new FNN video that went up today.
Can't wait.
It's
and ideally, you don't want to put absolute crap up there, because the better the quality content, the more views you get. So what you want to do is actually get a string of, say, 3 videos in a row that all do well relatively to the scale you're at. For example, you're a really tiny channel. If you got a video that's doing, say, 30 to 50 views over and over again consistently, and your small channel, that's good for you specifically, and that'll help you grow along. You got someone in Craig's range, right? You want to get your 1,000 to 2,000 views per video, stacking them up nicely in a row. You do that over and over again. You know, the bigger the channel, it keeps scaling. So say 10, for instance, where Geeks and Gamers, lovely channel that he is, and World Class, and Ethan Van Skyro comments say they want to stack up 10,000 view videos up one after another in a row. You know, it does below 10,000. That ain't good enough. You know, someone that's in the millions, they want 50,000 to 100,000 views. If it's below 50,000, guess what? That specific content isn't happening anymore. So just a quick rundown on how YouTube, they want the numbers to look like. If it doesn't look like that, guess what? They're not going to get recommended anymore, because it's about the numbers and it's about the money.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, in a new video, or I'm sorry, in a new article, the actor that plays General Hux, again, being completely misinformed. And this is misinformed by the media and misinformed by the people that actually do make the movies. In a quote from him, which I will give him this, you paid your money to watch the film. You have a right to criticize it. Plain and simple.
Exactly.
But he turns right around and says, but I love it when they throw that "but" up in there.
You gotta love some butt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, according to FNN, we know that Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren like "Baby Got Back," doing the butt. But it's an all male band, so I don't know if there was dancing involved or what, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to speculate or anything else. But his next quote was, but for those of y'all that didn't like the movie because of diversity and the fact that there's a female lead and going through all the same bullshit over and over and over and over again that everybody has in the left media has said, then I don't care about your opinion. Your opinion means nothing to me. Okay. I'm going to say this for the last fucking time. All right. So for whichever Disney shill is watching this motherfucker right now, I'm going to let you know exactly what every one of us is thinking about this piece of shit movie and the situation that you have gotten yourself into. It's we did not like the movie not because it had a female lead. We did not like the movie not because of diversity. Star Wars has always had diversity. Star Wars has had many female leads. I actually love female leads. Just
Mhm.
about everybody on that loves freaking Wonder Woman. Matter of fact, female director too. Um, so it has nothing to do with that either. It has nothing to do with misogyny. It has nothing to do with being a bigot. It has to do with the fact that you cannot write a fucking story. Your stories suck. They are all over the place. They're written by people on acid. Bitch, this ain't 1964.
It
I'm
doesn't
not
work
eating
anymore.
I'm not eating fucking mushrooms to try
Yeah,
and keep up with this damn shit. You need to
Exactly.
here's
write a freaking movie that makes sense with the movie before it and the movie after it, and you need to develop the characters. I'm not saying Daisy Ridley is a bad person. I am saying Ray is a flat character, not because she has
Exactly.
no boobs.
Just
I'm
like no
saying
coin,
because
tuna box.
yeah,
That'll be debuted tomorrow, by the way.
I'm not
Tuna
not
box
saying
for
look,
everybody.
I
Lightning bolts and tuna
oh
box.
God.
it's so all of the
God.
characters,
Here's
all.
my
Greg
problem.
saw the tuna box with lightning bolts coming out of it.
I made a
Here's
meme out
It's
of it.
it's amazing to behold. Oh, you
I,
did?
here's
You
my
oh
problem.
God.
I made a meme. Remember, I sent it back to you. I made a
Yeah, I know
meme
you
about it
sent
and
it
sent it
back
back
to
to you.
me. Yeah, I know you sent it back to me. I thought you said you made a movie out of it.
No, I made
I
a
was
meme
like,
out of it.
damn, that's next level
Yeah,
special effects
it
right
did. It
there.
was a meme, and it was great.
So
Here's my problem.
this people waited 34 years
34 years.
to
34
see
years.
to see Luke back on screen.
To see all of them on screen.
Hmm.
Yes,
And
Yep,
we got screwed. My problem is, you know what?
and you pissed on all of them.
You know what?
exactly.
When
Way
when
too many
you
fishes.
go into it and you're trying to adapt your bizarro philosophical, I don't even know what that is, bullshit onto a timeless genre, you're gonna lose.
Yes.
Because it's timeless, it
Hmm.
makes sense. Um, Luke Skywalker is the kid that grew up to realize who he was and changed the universe. Han Solo was a guy that, at one point, and I'm going to use the EU, really thought he was going to make his life better, got screwed over because he did the right thing, tumbled down into this I don't give a shit about anybody, it's just me and the Wookiee, blah, 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 and ran into Luke and this girl named Leia. And Leia was always the hero. Her story was becoming a woman. Okay? That's what Star Wars was about. And I want to ask you, Lucasfilm shills, and you SJW assholes, why are you having a hard time with that? All right, what is your problem? You don't live in the real world? What? I don't get it. I mean, this is what pisses me off. We all have our roles
Yes.
to play. We do.
Exactly.
And that's what
I enjoy LARPs and frostbolts.
And
Sucking
the other thing is you paid 4.3 billion dollars for everything that Star Wars owns and controls, including 17,000 characters, yet you want to take it on your own to create brand new characters that suck, that are one-sided, one-dimensional. They're not rounded. Their character arcs in every movie start in the same place and end in the same place. They never continue to grow.
yeah,
Yes.
It's a fucking embarrassment.
I don't.
And
Easily, it's an embarrassment.
if I were the one that directed that movie and thought that there was any character growth at all from any one of the characters in The Last Jedi, then by God, I'm just going to let you know right now.
Oh, and
Don't
killed
don't
Lucas's
yeah, don't slit your
Luke
wrist
Skywalker.
sideways. Don't slit it sideways because that cuts tendons and won't allow you to take the razor blade to your other wrist. If you slit it directly up the main vein up your freaking
Okay, don't go
arm,
too far. Chill. Disclaimer: we don't
then
want to
you
get
can
this video shut
still
down.
then you can still take the razor blade to the other one. All right. So if you actually think that you
Putting
did
disclaimer
something,
ready.
yeah, if you actually think that these characters are rounded and did anything else, then I'm sorry.
They're
Um,
not. There should have. I mean, Jesus. At least JJ, as much as now that I look back on
Yeah,
TFA,
he's not stupid enough to permanently kill fucking Luke Skywalker. He knows where the money's at.
I hate. I hate.
Same thing George Lucas said. The
No,
money is his Luke Skywalker.
the
Right there, I linked it.
the money is. I don't care about the money. You know, when you leave everything open ended, for somebody to walk in and answer the questions. I could have answered those questions in a heartbeat. Oh God, it's too predictable. Yeah, you will know what? Predictable died when, no, I am your father. That's when it died. This is Star Wars. It's about the Skywalker family. All right, cry me a river, play me a song in your tiny violin, steal Saunders, and whatever. You know, you so-called Han Solo fan, fuck off. You know, I don't care. This they screwed the entire original trilogy over when they threw Lucas's treatments away, and then they threw the EU away. How could you not go?
Throwing away the EU is still one of the stupidest fucking decisions they ever did.
How
Looking back on it, it was
not,
stupid and cheap, lazy
how
crap.
could you not look at those stories, at least half of them,
No, they're
and
looking at it now for episode 9.
these are great stories. I mean, to me, I still look at Tatooine Ghost and go, that is such a great exploration of Han and Leia and what they were going through after they first got married and in the shit. And Leia going, I don't want to have kids, and they're going to end up as Darth Vader, and Han going, I want little kids. And then discovering who Anakin really was through Shami's, ledger, things that she put out there, and the adventure they went on, and Leia realizing it's okay. That is a great story, and that it should have been told in some way or shape or form. No, Kathleen Kennedy, Pablo Hidalgo, who um, probably looked at a strong woman and a strong man in a marriage and going, I can't do that. That's so not woke, and threw that away. That's what they did. They threw everything that made the characters grow from where they were at Return of the Jedi to where they would be as old people, patting their kids on the shoulders, going, carry on, son, carry on, girl, you got it, you know, which is what George Lucas wanted, isn't it? Am I missing anything? And we're all going,
No, you're not. Hell, I also love the fact Mr. Brian Young is trying to do the SJW narrative still. God dang. You do realize it's not going to fucking work with the Star Wars people. But oh well, keep trying
why,
it, Brian Young.
why, oh, why?
Some new bullshit he's spewing again. What a douchebag.
I don't get it. What, if you're a Star Wars fan, why doesn't all this crap make you mad?
Mm.
He is not. You can't be. He could not be. I don't
He
get
sure loves saying it though. Well, it's what he's making all his money off, right? Being the ultimate Star Wars fan in his mind.
Yeah, it's a super. I read an article. The super Star Wars fan and Pablo Hidalgo was the main character in that article and how bad they really were.
Can't
And
believe this dipshit's verified. They'll verify it any one of these days.
yes, Padme, Stig the Swede said Padme was a strong female too, which is
yeah, she
true.
was.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And people love Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, strong female lead.
Yeah.
She could lead any movie. Ventress, dude, come on,
Venture awesome.
seriously.
And they're already disputing what we fucking said. Brian Young is okay. I'll retweet that dumb fuck. Oh bloody hell! Let me log in.
You know
Dumb
what? The
motherfucker. Man,
whole
Brian, go fuck yourself. He can go. How the fuck are you disputing blatant facts from Iger? But he fucking is.
I
Goddamn,
said
Brian Young is
Ventress.
a
I said
dumbass.
Ventress.
Wow.
Oh God,
I
he
said
Dumbass.
Ventress and Stig. I call you a Swede with love in my voice. And you get to hug on cows. I you know well, Mon Mothra was the one that was there. Um, it's
Mhm.
next week. Yes, I will be on. Let's
Oh
talk Star
my.
Wars.
Okay. Do you
yeah.
want me to say a quote of what Mr. Brian Young's dumb acid effect is saying?
Oh, please do it. I want to.
Okay, Mr. Brian Young, he says this, but by saying this in all caps, he's in effect saying this is accurate to what I'm saying to in effect. Okay, so paraphrasing, semi-quoting Brian Young. But again, he's completely agreeing with everything in the statement. Brian Young is completely agreeing with all this bullshit. Keyword in the Iger quote is timing. Things he did not say. Solo was a bad movie. The Last Jedi was a bad movie. The content of either movie caused problems. Really? Really gonna go with that one, Brian Young? Okay, well, in effect, agreeing with this statement. He's lost faith in any of the creative team. And it's a statement about releasing two movies in quick succession, nothing else. So Brian Young, in all caps, is saying this to this statement that I just read. Okay, I retweeted it. It's on my Twitter. Okay, Brian Young. Now that's referring to the little Bob Iger thing today. Okay.
Right, which
He's
I
full of
will.
fucking shit. See, like I said, they're trying to pull a rabbit out of their ass on the other side of this fucking interview, and I'm like,
Well, I got news for
he's
him.
They
fucking on
can't.
crack.
It's
He's
gonna
on
be
some he's
brown
on
rabbit.
drugs.
It's gonna
God,
be a brown rabbit, and it's gonna turn out to be not a rabbit at all. When it comes
mm.
out, it's gonna be like a meerkat or
It's gonna be
I'm in fucking
a
disbelief with these
pink
people.
pickle.
I mean, shit. Fuck it, I give up.
Like I said, I could explain it
Special
to him. Like I
effects.
said earlier today in a tweet,
God dang.
I can explain it to you again, but it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. You won't listen to what someone says, even though I have an official document here uh,
No,
from
that's clear
from
cut evidence that
from
that statement
one
says
executive at from
quote
one
is
executive
bullshit.
at Disney to another executive at Disney and CC'd with two executives at Lucasfilm Limited that says one specific thing, and it doesn't make a shit because I can't share that with anybody.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that this is what this is going to happen, and then all of a sudden it does. And I love my big magic 8 ball. That son of a bitch is never
They
wrong. I love
disputed
that
the
shit.
CBS News article on me, which is pretty factual. CBS News, right? That's
Yeah,
bullshit apparently now. So the CBS's news is bullshit. The direct quarterly report from Disney is also bullshit. It's all bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck
yeah.
Well,
it. It's
no.
all Disney's full of shit.
Here's the deal. Brian Young
Oh man.
and the rest of those guys are trying to protect their money.
Oh
They're
yeah, easily
were
because they make money
they
off
were making money when the
these
Raylos
people giving them money
get
to tell them what's right.
were oh God blah blah blah. But you know what? It ain't happening anymore. Um, and my favorite thing was my stalker today whining about my hint hint wink wink nudge nudge.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I you don't come onto my chat and disrupt it. So I banned him. And then he made a video about me. I'm a Nazi. My father did
Yes.
some Nazis. Uh, you know,
Well,
my,
I get that shit daily. So
no,
I
no,
think we all
I
do.
don't. I find it fascinating that they think they're allowed to just say whatever they want, whenever it's bullshit, disrupt
Yeah.
an intelligent conversation and then get upset when we're like, all right, I'm going to ban you because you just pissed your pants and I don't want to smell it anymore. That was
Hmm.
my attitude.
Yep.
I don't ban them. I just
I
pin
mute
their
people if they go too far.
I pin their comment at the top, and I let
It was
every one of the subs just eat their ass alive.
Pretty
it
much.
was
I mean,
it was in
I
live
honestly
chat.
don't have to
It
do
was in live
anything.
chat, and my harassers show up in live chats, and I try to
Yes.
get them,
Always fun.
and they get upset, and it's like, look, I have people who actually work in Hollywood. Dan, my friend Dan, who is, goddamn, he knows so much about Hollywood history and film, and it's like
Yeah.
I just sit back and go, and we everyone was having a conversation, and this asshat shows up. I'm like, okay, you're gone. So now I have a video about me being a Nazi on somebody's channel. He's got like one follower. I'm like,
It's his
huh?
Yes.
mom.
Oh,
No,
yep.
I mean, no, you're gone. You're
Oh, Lord.
yourself.
Super chat up. Thanks for a super chat. Critical equation says, been listening in the shadows since the last Jedi opening night. It's been great therapy. We have said this a lot. It really is all of us together therapeutic.
Yeah,
It,
pretty
Um,
much. Little group therapy.
it's just thank you all for your contribution, service, and sacrifice to Star Wars. We don't do this without you guys.
Yeah,
Period.
pretty much.
you know,
I didn't start this
Yeah,
channel.
you guys are what keep us going, pretty
Yeah,
much.
you know,
Literally.
I started this channel for you guys to give you a voice because a lot of you don't have a voice, and those that agree with the views and the opinions and everything else that go out and want to get accurate news have joined in, and ever since then it is just it's a way for because I'll be honest with you, and they'll let you know too because they're just as vocal as I am. When it comes to defending us or putting our views out there, or just flat out uh, throwing shade on people, we have no problem doing it because the majority of you can't or don't or
Yeah,
won't
exactly.
or anything
Yep.
else. So we do that for you.
Yeah, we take all the bullets and the terrible pictures, like the unfortunate
oh yeah,
event that happened to Ethan Van Sciver. We get that kind of picture in our inbox every day for some of us.
oh we get,
And it's not fun looking at those pictures. They're like, oh, that's nice. It's a flower. It's a flower. It's someone's ass pointed at me.
you
Great,
know,
next picture. I mean, it's every fucking day.
I have
Probably
some
all
good
three of us at some point have gotten a death threat for what we've
you
stated.
got somebody.
Multiple,
We've
yeah.
gotten made fun of constantly. We've probably all three of us have been called a Nazi. We've
Oh yeah,
sexist for some of us, misogynist, womanizer, alcoholic, drug addict, except all the freaking terrible things you could think on the planet we've been called. Just for stating facts about either Star Wars, comic books, or something else. Okay?
you
We're
want
not saying political views even.
No.
we're
I
not
mean, shit.
about.
Imagine if we were, how bad it would be.
Oh, if I talked about political views,
Oh yeah, we'd be get death threats every 10 seconds. I think on that one.
I would, and you know that.
Oh crap!
That is true. FNN
It
right
is
now is
ridiculous for
looking
fan
for
stuff.
FNN is looking for field correspondents.
Yes, you have to be gutsy. You have to deal with people with interesting hair colors coming after you, trying to punch you in the back of the head and trying to kill your ass while insulting you and calling you a Nazi.
Now
Even
the
though on the
interesting
side
hair
of their
colors.
arm they have a Nazi fucking
Wait,
tramp
the,
That's a
stamp
good one.
the,
And
on
the
their
that,
butt.
interesting thing is their interesting hair color is not always on their head. Sometimes it's
No,
arms.
dude.
jeez, Craig,
Shit, I
stop.
don't
It's
want to
under their
remember.
arms, and
Okay,
it's.
good. He held back.
Stop.
I thought you were gonna say the crap
I
we saw.
wasn't. No,
That's still
Stop.
no.
traumatizing to this
Oh
day.
God, no!
God
Because
dang you, James
no,
fucking Gunn. Damn
I
you, James
look,
Gunn. You
look. I
douchebag.
don't. I don't want that
I don't want
image
to
in my
remember.
head.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
I
That Dave
already
fucking
have
Thank you,
them
Bautista.
because
the rolled up sardine box for freaking Kathleen Kennedy's freaking vagina in my
Torture,
head.
well,
yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
and then I also have the brilliant thumbnail of Ryan Johnson sucking on the sea cow that has
Oh, don't
Kathleen
remind
Kennedy's
me.
head on it.
Bloody
Oh my
hell.
god, that is
Ugh, Ryan
that is
Johnson.
I got more thumbs up just for the thumbnail.
Fucking
The dude
pumpkin
said you're
head.
getting a thumbs he said you're getting a thumbs up. I don't give a shit if you just sit there. It doesn't matter just for the thumbnail. Um
Oh yeah, thumbnails will get you views. Raw Navy,
man,
work on that.
yeah,
I wish I could.
man.
Clone Luke's hand. Put that on a thumbnail. Raw Navy to work out for you.
What's funny is my thumbnails of Ian McDermott with that look on ironic actually get attention. Ironic, isn't it? You know,
uh,
I love that. It's like, yeah, it is.
I'm
It,
gonna put my Padme pictures up there.
oh, the ones
And
I gave you, cool. Have fun
oh
with
god,
that.
yes. Oh
Hey, we
yes.
got to fight the. Hey, they haven't claimed any of my videos yet that I put the American flag in, so that's good. I've been lucky so far. I'm gonna keep doing that every once in a while. Keep testing the algorithm robot. See, they still have a problem with political language of American flag bikinis. Shit.
you know what?
Uh,
Did you notice that I did not get one response back um from Matt today?
yeah.
After the article came out
Well, he said
and
on somewhere else that he was going to stop talking, so it ends.
Well,
It should have
uh,
ended 2 days ago. I
well,
gave him the
yeah,
out
but
by
yeah,
printing the
hey,
quarterly
hey,
report and
yeah,
the
but
hey,
CBS article, and he
he
kept going.
specifically tagged me this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, he specifically tagged me this morning, and when I went back and corrected him, and showed him that he was taking shit out of context and explained to him exactly what all this stuff meant. Um,
yeah. Do notice what he said, also, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he has on occasion said, "Oh," or he's mentioned, "Oh, it's speculation," or other. I mean,
and I may not be
he's
right.
backtracked a little bit on his
And he's like,
statements.
"Oh, and I may not be right. You're correct. You're not." When you sit here and look at shit that has a official uh, Disney letterhead, and you look at
Yeah,
shit that has
exactly.
official Disney or official Lucasfilm Limited letterhead,
Hmm.
um, and it's actually fucking signed.
Yes.
It's it's not a it's
hey,
that's
here's
it's something I wish I could just put it out there in a video so
I don't
Hmm.
everybody could see it and read it.
I don't want you to. You know
But
what?
I can't do it. It's just gonna it's I it started off with one of my friends at Lucasfilm, which of course we all knew there was internal conflict in Lucasfilm, which also caused internal conflict inside of Disney,
Hmm.
because this guy's saying that it doesn't matter if Lucasfilm loses money hand over fist because nobody cares. That's horseshit. There's not a CEO out there.
Yeah, it's publicly traded corporation. Someone's gonna give a fuck. I know I give a shit.
Oh,
Yes.
I would.
Disclaimer. Yes, I am
Yeah,
long on
God,
Disney
some
stock. I've been for a while.
The,
Disclaimer. Don't
not
SEC find me. Disclaimer.
Yeah,
Fuck.
there's not one out there that doesn't worry about a company
Yeah.
losing money, and if it is, it's going to get fixed. So it doesn't matter. And he kept, well, that's not how it works in the movie industry. I have news for you. That's how it works in business.
Exactly.
yeah.
And it's movie business.
He
Emphasis
doesn't.
business.
Here's my thing is
Fuck.
my problem was he wouldn't listen. He didn't want to learn. He wasn't objective. He was right. We were wrong.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even though
and
he's the
then
most
he did this.
objective person on the planet, according to some, which I'm not going to say whose people said
I
that, but
talking
they
about.
look like jackasses too for saying that statement.
Well,
No.
I agreed with
He was
him on some of the
what?
statements that he made.
Yeah, he
Uh,
wasn't wrong on some statements.
that
Again,
because
I
I
was
mean
neutral in this, just giving
we
facts.
we
And I
have
sound
we
like a
have said that
I sound like a lot
September
of
is not it. Period. She's
No,
not going to be gone in September. We have said this.
no, and she's not.
I
But
linked what we effectively said in the chat. I'll link it again if you want in a second.
it's
It's
going to be a
we never said what you're accusing us of saying. At least
yeah,
I didn't say it. I
it's
said what
going to
was
be
in
a
that article.
drawn out process for her to go. It's going to be like I tweeted to Jeremy tonight or on his chat.
Yeah, whenever we do that. Yeah, the
Yeah,
whole Rebel Alliance is going to be on Geeks and Gamers, ladies and
well, no,
gentlemen.
I basically said it's going to be a glorious freaking lie as she sails away on her retirement. And that is exactly what it is. Because they literally said you need to go before Solo was released. And that's what happened. That is what Grace Randolph said. And we're all wrong. You know what pisses me off about Matthew is that he was trying to mansplain to me, and I don't care about that. This stuff. And I'm like, okay, you've already lost me. You're not treating me like I'm your equal, like I'm an idiot, and now I'm really pissed off. And that's when I threw off the handle. Okay, I get this stuff. I get this stuff better than you do, dude, because I lived it. Maybe not in Hollywood, but I have lived it. When you have the minority leader of the U.S. House screaming at people, and you're like a passenger, like watching, and you can't say anything, and that would have been an email to somebody, and we didn't have that at the time. It's like I just saw Nancy Pelosi humiliate an intern, and I can't say anything. I don't even know who to talk to. This is what is going on. But I'm being mansplained by this guy who left Hollywood in 2012 and has no contacts. And I have people talking to me who are there now saying, they're laughing at him. I don't know. I'm done. He just,
I just let people look at what's going on and let them make their own decisions. And if someone's looking like an idiot, let them look like an idiot.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
And ultimately, that's what you have to do. My problem is I
Well,
want,
you're a little fiery. It's
I want the victory.
definitely more fiery than Captain Marvel, that's for sure.
I
No
want the,
expressions in any of those faces.
I want the victory. You know, I do. I mean, that's just what
uh,
I'm. Well, ask Stig Johansson. We Vikings want that victory. And it pisses me off. I don't. I don't like how the people that were saying yeah, but were being treated by him. Um, Jeremy came in and said something, and then EVS bitch slapped him. But what pissed me off is people are like, you may be right. It's like, no, he's not right. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
yeah, notice when EVS came in, all the little kiss asses disappeared. A good chunk of them that were, oh no, Kadish is right. Kadish is right. You people are wrong. I'm linking you the quarterly report and the CBS article. I'm wrong. Okay, sure. Go enjoy that. Go enjoy facts being wrong.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
then
unfucking believable.
Ethan shows up and it's like, we're gone.
Well, it really spiked it then. That's when I woke up and my damn Twitter broke. 500 plus fucking notes, insanity, minor
I
level Twitter
I was like,
viral.
well, he blocked me. Matthew blocked me.
Man, he blocked her ass quick.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
Dude,
Wow.
he blocked her ass. I think
I
I
was,
think she responded to him 2 or 3 times and that was it. She was blocked.
yeah, I was calling him out. I was like, you're full of shit. What is your angle? And he
I'm
got,
not going to say he's full of shit, but he definitely is full of public relations. I'll say that.
well, well,
Like I said, in my opinion, it's at least the way it looks to me, the fact that it's been dragged out a lot longer than it should be, it was a publicity stunt. In my opinion, he wants to drum up publicity for whatever the hell he wants to. He
Well,
wants to,
I
in
mean,
his mind, look good. At the end of the day, in my opinion, he has not looked good. In my opinion, he has not looked good for dragging this on more than it should have been a 1 day event, not 3 days, not 2 days.
Well, it should have been his interview, people refuting him, and
Exactly.
going away. But you know
I
what?
gave him the out day one. There's the facts. Say, okay, that's interesting, and then walk away. And that's it. It's over. You don't keep poking the bear for 3 days in a row because the bear's going to turn around and slap you the fuck sideways, and your ass is done.
And the
That's
bear
what happened.
did. That the
Bear,
bear
bear
did, because
slapped the
by
shit.
God, I slapped that motherfucker flat silly
Oh,
with
you
fucking.
did.
I slapped that bitch
On
flat
you.
silly with fucking
Here,
flat with facts. That
you
shit
did
just
it,
uh,
and then
that bitch spun around. Was like, where the fuck did I go? I don't know.
found out.
I don't know. I think he's like 6 years old, back in diapers now. I mean, I slapped that motherfucker back in time.
uh,
So I mean,
I don't.
keep
I don't.
poking the bear. I'm fine.
You know, I don't get it, and I feel bad because I'm the one who said the first person who said you're full of shit. I really was. I was like, no, you're wrong. And he and I had a personal DM conversation, and we're yip yapping, doing whatever. And I was like, you're a liar. You don't know what you're talking about. And I woke up the next morning and I was blocked. He's, like I said, there's an angle and there's a PR thing, like DJ said. I don't get it. I
at
don't.
least that's where I analyze it from. Again, decades of doing this. This is not my first rodeo on this. I
It's
have
not
seen this
mine
crap
either.
for years. I study this for years. I know what a spin room is. I know what spin control the fuck is. I know when you're trying to, you know, guide the narrative a certain way. It's all about perception in certain industries, and he's
Look,
trying to make the perception that he's a big dog, that he's,
yeah,
he's a big Hollywood insider, make the big money off it, and the fuck he isn't.
no,
Look at
he's
his
not.
resume. There's no fucking way.
No,
There's
he's
no
not.
fucking way. I mean, okay, fine. I guess I have to go look at some videos. He might have interviewed some Hollywood bigwigs because he did that, right? You've
Yeah,
interviewed some Hollywood big. Have you interviewed George Lucas? Okay, so
I wouldn't say that. I
I'm
mean,
over 9,000 years old, Michael Rodriguez.
I
I'm
hung
a
out.
vampire,
You know, I hung out with Gerard Butler one night. That makes me Hollywood bigwig. Jesus Christ! You know what? Just let it go. Here, my problem. I can't remember what my point was, but it was my problem was his inability to grasp that there was another point of view. Um, that other people who actually were talking to people were like going, "You're full of shit.
hmm
Hollywood has changed. You have no idea what you're talking about." And him going, I didn't like being treated like I was by him.
hmm
Um, oh God, there's something I'm missing here. But I really got incensed at one point, and then I went, you know, full on Viking berserker bitch, and I
Yes.
went for him, and he deserved it. He really, really did. Um, that's
hmm
not the way you make a name.
Well, I knew what he was doing, so I just wanted to present the facts for him and not crush him completely because
Well, no,
I knew what he was
what
doing.
I don't
I
know.
was
Right.
look. I was extremely cordial
Yeah, same here.
with all of my responses, and all of my rebuttals. All consisted of facts. Um, because you know me, I don't deal in speculation, which I also put
Yeah,
out there forward. One guy said, well, I've never heard of this reviews for you guy. Is he legit? And everybody's like, yep,
Oh,
yep,
that
yep, yep, yep,
he's
yep.
our
And
big.
then
hmm
somebody put the Sabers for a Cure site up there, which has an about me on it,
yeah, I
and
saw that
then
exactly.
and so he's like, okay, all right, cool. Well, yeah, because I'm gonna end up going with this motherfucker over here because he seems to know more about this shit than you do. And
Easily.
But I mean, when the
I would have
speculation,
called Craig's ass out months ago if I thought he was completely full of shit. I think
yeah,
Oh, I would have too.
maybe a half of a 1%, but that's about it. I'm joking, man.
hey,
Oh, I would have
hey,
thought
hey,
so.
Southern, we got to shoot the shit, right?
me and Steph talked back and forth. Me and Steph talked back and forth for a while.
But yeah, he's
And
99% accurate in what he says, at least.
yeah,
Okay, so
and if anything is, it's because it got changed
yeah,
in the middle
and that
of,
does happen in Hollywood or any business.
yeah.
Things change. And then, oh,
I,
we're
I,
backpedaling. No, because that was another accusation for all of us, including me. All three of us were backpedaling on our statements. And
uh,
I linked it over and over again tonight. That's what the fuck I said. That's what we said. That's what we said for months. That's what we're quoting it from, at least some of us.
yes,
Okay?
You know,
That's the facts
it's like, all
that
right,
we know of.
fine. It was supposed to be done in September. September's still on. Obviously, they're taking their time. Why? There's shit they have to do before they announce it. And it's not going to be, she's fired and we're done with her. No, it's going to be her floating off on her Cleopatra barge
Mm-hmm.
into the sunset with, perfumed veils.
Yeah.
And everyone, we all know the truth. Bob Iger knows the truth. Kevin Feige knows the truth. And,
Grace Randolph knows the truth.
oh, yes. Aaron Horn, whose foot is on her ass, knows the truth. You know, George Lucas knows the truth. Mark Hamill knows the truth. And he does that because of the way he's been behaving on Twitter when it comes to this.
another thing that Iger said in his statement, is, and I also found this very telling, when he was talking about the movie division, is we have all of our movie heads, or all of our people that handle our movies, um, can all cover each other.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, so, um, but yet still, Queen Bitch was never mentioned, but everyone else was, including members of Fox. Um, I mean, Jesus, you're
Right.
including members of Fox, but you're talking specifically about Star Wars. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not going to bring up anybody at Star Wars except for J.J. Abrams doing 9, um, and the new trilogy from the D&D guys,
Mm-hmm.
David and DB Weiss, and after that, what comes after JJ's deal, and she's never brought up. Not Kathleen Kennedy is going to be. She's got she's got a hold on Star Wars. We're
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
we're gonna sit down and make a plan and do a direction and do this the right way, the way we should have done it the first time. No, it's not what he said.
No, it's
But
not.
he did make a point to go through Marvel. How are we going to incorporate X-Men and Deadpool into the Marvel universe? Well, obviously, we're going to have uh, Feige over it. And then he said, I don't want to overstep my bounds, but we have already talked to Fox about this, and there shouldn't be two Marvels. So, and then, of course, the question of Deadpool came up. Is Deadpool going to be part of the Avengers? Okay, yeah, I will fucking shoot that. I will burn that fucking building to the ground, because he's not an Avenger. Um,
He's never been a fucking Avenger,
and he's
really.
never fucking going to be an Avenger.
Yeah,
And that's when, of course, Iger said where the chuckle, he said, "Ho ho ho." I'm not going to get into that. Kevin has some ideas on how that's going to go, but Kathleen Kennedy was never brought up for any question.
For not a single damn second.
not one for
Neither
anything.
was Ryan Johnson. Even though he's
No.
up next, right, guys?
Yeah,
Right?
Right.
exactly. Well,
Up next.
and then
That's what he said.
Bob Iger with his the Star Wars stuff. The buck stops here. That means it stops at my desk.
That thing
That's
Hmm.
that
extremely telling.
that was the thing that made me go, yeah, I know what you're doing now. I get it. You are smoothing her departure.
Mm, yes.
I'll tell you that
Hey,
my
they gave her a little award to smooth it over.
I will tell you exactly
Perfect out right
my
there. Now here's the thing. Let me say this real quick. I'm not shocked in her acceptance speech if she happens to hint at, "I think I'm going to go take a long vacation" or something in those words. I'm not shocked if she goes and says that and enjoy her win, which in effect to all of us would be saying, "Hey, bitches, I'm retiring."
Yeah.
If she says that, what I just stated, you can go look at the award show when it happens, the Oscars. Her ass is
you'll have to
in
watch it.
effect saying she's retiring.
You'll have to watch
Right.
it on YouTube because it's not going to be part of the air time,
Well,
and it's not an actual Oscar.
yeah,
It's a
it's
it's
really
a
not. I
it's
already
a Bilbo Baggins award or some shit. It's
Yeah.
not even a. It's
I
Lifetime achievement
no
bullshit award, but yeah.
no I remember
Uh,
when the Irving Thalberg was given that meant something. God, when I used to watch it, it
hmm
was really cool to see because it really was people who really did stuff. And I'm gonna give Frank Marshall his props. He really deserves this. Um, because the wife that he married, the coffee maker,
hmm
the napkin folder, whatever, the or I'm gonna say the accountant, because a lot of housewives are accountants. I'm not because my husband looks at me and says, "Do you want to do this?" And I say, "I can't. No, you have to. I don't understand. Please, give me my budget. I can't do it." But that's what women did, and that's what she did, and she conned. She did. She conned people into thinking she was bigger than she was. She got to a spot to prove herself, and like every second wave feminist woman, she fell flat on her face because there wasn't a George Lucas, Spielberg, Frank Marshall behind her. It was just her. And
Well, I think Frank Marshall was actually in front of her because she was wearing the strap on at the time.
oh God, okay. No, but you know what I'm
No,
saying?
because you're laughing because you know that's
hmm
probably true.
It probably is true. But I'm right.
Yes.
That's the way those women are. That's come. I'm related to somebody like that.
hmm
And it's like, look, you didn't do any of that. He did. You're just
hmm
you had the idea, he implemented it. You really want me to respect you? Get your hands bloody. Get your hands bloody, woman. You
Well,
know?
take actual chances, not the crap she's done.
You
Which
know,
is,
like
I'm gonna go get this new hot team of directors. Oh, I'm gonna fire him and put fucking Ron Howard in. It's gonna go great, guys. Oh, we're
yeah,
gonna make Lando Pando. Fuck. That's
it was
all I gotta say. That's all
all
I
I
gotta say.
say is Ron Howard came in there to rescue her because I don't know why they like her, but they do. And
She's got nice tits. That's one bonus.
who
I'm sorry. Who does that?
no,
Who has what?
She's okay unless it's
Who?
heavily padded. I think they're fine.
oh
Who?
God. But no,
Who?
I
Whose boobs are we talking about?
we're talking about Kathleen.
They're okay. I don't know. Maybe she has a push-up
Okay,
bra that day.
Oh, that's
go. Right,
nasty.
okay, we're done.
Oh my God.
Uh, this has been quite a day, you guys.
I now have erectile dysfunction forever.
I know you don't.
You you have you have you have
I,
killed
tra-
my wee wee.
I traumatized Craig.
You have
I-
killed my wee wee forever.
Hey,
I'll
she was a.
find a video of
I'll
that.
kill it some more. She was also a quarterback in high school.
She was also a linebacker.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Did
that
really?
that maybe that's why she's. Yeah, I don't. She's.
Yeah, from the Deadpool movie, she's into pegging. I think her husband.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Oh God. You know,
yeah.
funny when I grew up.
Hey, we always got to end it dirty. I think just a little bit. Right?
Oh
Hey,
God.
we got 8 more viewers for that one, and talk
Oh,
more about Deadpool and pegging. I guess.
Man, I made a very, very, very desperate plea to Kevin Feige today to not fuck up Deadpool. Um,
Nah,
please,
he's not going to. He's not retarded.
please,
He's not an idiot.
please keep it. I said keep it fun, keep it hilarious, keep it bloody, keep it killing people. I mean, that's what Deadpool does. He's a freaking asshole, a sarcastic ass that kills people in funny, funny ways and makes jokes about it. Please keep him that way.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that people want to go out there and kill people, and although we do, but it's not that we want to go make a lot of blood. Although Ray's going to have it all over.
oh,
It's not that
Easily.
it's not that it's just in a funny way and killing is turned into something that really is minimalistic. Although I'm going to kill Ray 100 times, it's nothing like that at all. It is the fact that you have a character that by God has no boundaries.
Hmm.
it's literally a
God
throwback.
level character.
It's literally a throwback to what we grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you know, Blazing Saddles. Uh, God damn. Uh, oh, the golf movie. Oh, what was that? Shit, I can't.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack's good.
You
Yeah.
know, when you watch those movies,
Yeah.
you can't imagine. And it wasn't killing anybody. It was saying whatever the hell you wanted.
Yeah. That's
And
not allowed anymore because
Cleavon,
it's gonna hurt someone in their safe space.
Cleavon yelling as Gene Wilder is striking him away, going, "Where are all the white women at?"
That obviously is not allowed anymore.
Oh God! All right.
Even though I say it every time I go into a bar, but oh well. No, I'm joking.
So, so we have a lot of black friends who agree with us, and they agree with that. That was funny shit.
It is. It's
That was
fucking
fun.
funny.
Everything about that was funny. It was mocking society and what it's about. A friend of mine owns thoroughbreds. She owns racehorses and goes to Santa Anita. And Mel Brooks is there watching the races. He's, I don't know, 92, 93. And they hang out and talk. And he always tells her, I could never make that movie again. And he's right. Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Couldn't because people would be offended over bullshit. And it is bullshit.
Exactly. I mean, example. I believe I'm mildly offended at the fucking. Literally, they're selling a shoe with a dirty shoe for $530. It's called the what the fuck's it called? Whatever. It's on Twitter. It's a big fucking joke. But still, you're gonna sell a shoe taped over, full of dirt, and you're telling me these social justice warrior types are going to buy it. And apparently they might be buying it just so they can look woke and be part of the
Am
people.
am I
A
still the high
$530 shoe.
am I
Part of
still
the
the high
people.
bidder on that?
Buy a $30 shoe from Target, tape it, throw dirt on it, maybe walk through a couple piles of, horse shit. There you go.
Yeah,
You
but
just
no,
spent,
but they want their official dirty shoe, not that one. It
uh,
says special wokeness on it.
okay, yeah, but there's no smell to it. Mine would have.
Oh, I'm sure they'll add smell to it. I'm not gonna
Oh,
get into it.
I just, I can't even. The way people live now, how do you even talk to anybody?
Yeah.
I can't even say, 20 years ago, I can't say the things to my best friend because she's like, I want to say this, but I can't. The stuff that we grew up with when we were kids. This is the girl who I used to stand outside of her house when I was 8 going, Lori, can you come out and play when we were kids? And she used to knock on our door, you know, and we were like sisters. And we look at each other going, I can't say this is this and this is that. And we used to laugh out loud. Um, it's pathetic. It's like, stop it. And what's really weird is that a lot of friends of mine, like literally people I love, agree with us that are gay. Will go, you can say that. I don't give a shit. It is. But I can't say it because straight white women who hug their cats too hard get pissed off because my friend might get insulted and he's like, I'm not insulted. I don't give a shit. That is gay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't, I just, oh God, I hate it. I just, why didn't we get into academics? You know, why didn't I, stop thinking I was going to do this and that and say, I'm going to teach something because maybe I would have helped a little bit in this slow, lethargic, methodical twist into the bullshit that we are living in now. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't. I'm just me, and what you get, what you see in the video, and what I post on Twitter, um,
Yeah,
is me,
pretty
and
much.
I'm not going to sit there and pander to your little microaggression safe space having ass. Um, what I say is what it is.
Exactly.
And if you don't like it, you have two choices. You can either walk away or you can shut the fuck up.
Yep.
There is your two fucking options.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, no,
period.
there's a third choice. They might come up with some facts. I think they're still looking for them, but they might come up with some
Well,
facts.
they want you to do the research first and find all the facts and then give them to
Uh,
them because that's what this douche wanted to do yesterday.
yeah, I
Wanted
know.
me to
Yeah, he didn't
give
throw
him
any.
all.
If you notice, he didn't put any links defending his side. We
I'm like,
did, but he
yeah.
didn't. That's fun.
Well, you're sitting here talking about all this stuff, but you're not showing it to me. I want to see the contract. Well, then you need to find some people that like you, that want to help Star Wars and think that you can actually do it. Um,
Well, when he was saying that and saying, well, you need to prove, and I'm like, look, I don't need to prove anything. I'm not giving up my contact. I'm not going to say who told me this or that, and you know why, and he knows why. I'm not going to, and you asking me that is bullshit. What made me mad is that there are people who are like, well, you have to understand. I don't understand that. He knew why that, and he knows why I would not give that up. He's doing that to make me look bad. Okay, making us look bad, and that really pissed me off. And what made me mad is that he had a forum and an ally. All right, and he should not have. If he doesn't have anything, if he doesn't have any swag to back himself up, then why was he there? All right, why? That's my question. Out to whatever. And he had nothing. He had nothing but his mouth and his experience, I guess.
his
And,
his six
Hmm.
years of being in the business
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
of
Yeah.
being in the business of what?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, my fucking IMDb page would be more full than fucking his 3 times over.
I mean, his
That's all I
biggest
gotta say.
his biggest argument is
That I don't
she's
want to get doxxed again, so
she's
fuck that
she's
shit.
she's backed by Steven Spielberg.
It doesn't mean a
That's
fucking thing these days.
I said, you do realize that
Sadly.
I sent him a DM. I said, you do realize that Spielberg is in the middle of being investigated for
Yeah.
sexual assault right now, right?
Well, I don't know about that one, but the thing is,
Yeah,
if you're
by
truly
one
being
is a
backed by
kid.
Spielberg,
Yeah,
he will
one
actually
she was a
say it.
teenager, and the other two were not teenagers. One, when it
Well,
happened, she was a teenager. The other two were not.
I gotta look that shit up now. God dang it.
So
I
let's
hope
put our
not,
name
for
out
his
there.
sake.
I
Shit.
I hope it's just. I mean,
Well,
at this point, there's so many allegations,
Yeah,
and
I
and
know
it
that's the other problem. The last couple of years with the fucking Me Too and everything else,
it
well,
only
you
takes
just
an
never fucking
allegation, and
know. You
you're
never know.
automatically It only takes an allegation, and you're automatically guilty.
I'm not buying the Spielberg thing. My thing is when he has to shop a movie.
Well, the pictures that came out with it were kind of suggestive, but it could have just been a picture taken at the exact wrong time or the
Hmm.
exact
I
right
guess.
time. You know what I
Well,
mean? I
yeah,
mean, it's happened before. I have taken
Yes.
a picture of people at the pool, and it just so happens that it looks like she has one leg. Um,
Hmm.
it's just one of them freak things where the leg was hidden behind another person, and she was jumping in there, and so
I just, but his thing was when he has to sell a movie and so say, I'm going to make it, and everyone goes, here's the money. That's bullshit. That is where Hollywood is. And that was Lincoln. He won the Oscar for it. And it was a really good movie.
That don't look good.
And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for Hollywood in what they want to do. You know,
now whether Spielberg's involved in it, I I don't know, but
I,
the
it's.
pictures were bad.
I'm gonna look at it again, but it's.
The pictures were bad,
It could
and
have been photoshopped. I don't know.
but
Let me look at it again. I'm
no,
looking at it now.
no, but
Eh,
it could have just been a picture at the wrong time.
I think
It,
it's a
it
really
could
good
be
Photoshop,
it,
personally.
it could be something that's you know
I'm not buying
Yeah,
it.
but this is from forums. It's from forums, and on top of it, it to me it doesn't look real. So I
it
don't know.
I'm going to say,
That's my opinion
I
on
don't
it.
buy it. I don't buy it because um, the thing
Mind you,
is,
factually, earlier in the year he was accused of. I'll give you that link right now. See, I provide the links, and then you go watch them. And there might be blood. Yeah, yeah. I'm coding. There will be blood. All right. I'll link it to you right now. Okay. This is Spielberg. This is not bullshit. You judge for yourself. Give me a second. God dang it. Where the hell is it? Shit. There we go. I get back here. Okay. Now this is an actual news article talking about it. Something that happened earlier in the year, not the shit that just happened now.
all right,
Let me
okay.
see. Hopefully it went through. Did it go through? That might have bugged. No, oh no, it's just a lot of people talking. All right, somewhere up there, there's an article with Spielberg concerning what earlier in the year he did. Not quite now, but still, where there's smoke, there's fire. That's not. It doesn't look good for him with that one, to say the least. Now,
right.
if there's more to this line of accusations, that's bad for him.
Well,
Now the other whole thing is like I said, it doesn't matter if it's true, factual, or not. If the allegation comes out, then everybody nowadays automatically assumes you're guilty,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's not how our justice system works.
it's not, even though right now with Judge
But
Cat.
that's how our media system works.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
um, with him, I'm not sure if he had an R in front of his name. Oh yeah, they tar and feather him. You know, I you know, to me, I look at the way he lives his life, his wife, his kids, and I go, I'm not buying it. I did. I need, I need more information. And that's just me. You know, for anybody. Tom Hanks has been accused of that, and I go,
Hmm.
okay, where's the proof? I want.
Exactly. Where is the proof?
you know, a friend of mine provided a list.
And not Photoshop proof either, because they love using that both ways, sadly.
Yeah, yeah.
Both the hard right and hard left like using the Photoshop shit to try to destroy us. And
I
it's
know.
bullshit,
Yes,
to say the
D.
least.
Yes, D. There was also a claim of Spielberg.
Yeah, there was.
Again,
From Empire of the Sun.
earlier in the year, and
I've seen
it got handled apparently. So there's you go. The recent one I have to dissect because the pictures don't look real to me, in my opinion. The Spielberg allegation pictures of right now do not look real, so I got to dissect more.
I've seen a list of people that are not even looked at. Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
No, Harrison.
Yeah, there's people who have actually sexually harassed with Luke's hand, and Mark Wahlberg's one of them. So
No,
apparently, allegedly, he may have grabbed some asses back in the day.
no, it's not him. He's on the list by a friend of mine.
Wait, so he didn't grab the ass?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry then.
When I was growing up, I grabbed the ass.
Yeah,
Oh,
I grabbed the ass. I'm sorry.
And boobs.
Exactly, and the boobs.
And smack that ass.
Yep. Gotta do a little of that.
Oh yeah.
There were names.
I did the windshield wiper
we went
on
too
it.
far. We went too far.
I did the windshield wiper on it. I did it all.
Motorboat,
Look, and none of it is sexual harassment.
We lost the SJWs. God dang it, they left. They were like, "Fuck it." They're talking about sex. We can't handle it. They left. We just lost somebody. Bye, SJWs. Sorry, can't handle sex.
Wait, somebody removed their dislike.
They did. Oh, that's hilarious. The guy removed his dislike. Yep, you're right.
But
that's hilarious.
No,
yeah, Dragon. We're about to cut this because we're like 25 minutes past.
What we were
bedtime.
Planned on doing.
Yeah. Steph's bedtime.
And I still have another extensive video to make. And then I have to be at work again tomorrow for a long freaking time. We're in the middle of getting ready for a race, and I got to make sure that all of our team cars are good to go. And one of them, I had to build another motor for. So, and that goes along with the other motors that I already have to build. So it's I'm tired. I'm fucking tired.
Yes.
But yes, we are looking for FNN field operatives.
Yes, go check out Let's Talk Star Wars tomorrow. He's going to talk about Star Wars.
I have an idea.
Joking, Mike.
I really do. I have an idea for that, and let me sleep on that, and I'll talk to you guys about it later. For an interviewer.
Yeah, you need to watch that new one. There's a couple of really funny bits up in it. It's pretty cool. I mean, I've got lots more.
Yes.
But I want to do this Bob Iger breakdown, which will be my normal reviews for you deal. So I can
make sure to have the counter and all the other fun stuff going.
You know, we just.
Hey, they like the little noises.
We just
the
try.
Younger people.
Yeah, we just try to make this. It's different than everybody else's stuff. I mean, it really gets you down just even talking about all this shit. So,
down tonight,
but not today, because today, by God,
today was a good day. I'd say we won today somewhat.
Today
we all got paid at least 10 cents for every time we got told the truth. So you all owe us a new console.
actually, Darth, George Lucas's own words was she was not a good secretary, which is why he brought her into the production side of it, because she was not a good secretary.
Yeah, she couldn't make coffee for shit.
That's actually a true statement.
Yeah, go look it up.
I
linked enough fun stuff today.
Yes.
And one of those is George Lucas talking with Kasdan about how killing Luke Skywalker is a terrible fucking idea, Kasdan.
And he's like, okay, well, let's kill so-and-so. And he's like, No,
No, you
let's not
idiot.
kill
Exactly.
anyone.
No.
We need these people for the story.
You
Okay, I have.
You
dumbass
got to kill
casted.
somebody, and he's like, "No, you don't." Oh my god! Yeah, the amount,
Lucas, ladies and
uh,
gentlemen,
uh,
actually a genius at making money.
the amount of window lickers that live in
Mm,
this country.
yes.
My god.
Which is also, even though, we all hate Ray, Ray makes some money for Disney. So Ray isn't going to die in episode 9. I know you want Ray to die. Ray is not dying in episode 9. There's no fucking way she's dying in episode 9. Kylo Ren, on the other hand, that due to contractual stuff, the fact he's got leverage, etc., Kylo Ren might be dead at episode 9. Sorry, Raylo fans. I'm sure you'll be crying at the end of the movie. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Julian just brought up a point that I've been bringing up a lot. All right, it's just because. All right, let's say you're a great director, and no, I'm not talking about Kennedy, but let's say you're a great director. You have 10 hit movies that you have directed. That is not necessarily going to make you a great CEO. There's a different mindset of being a CEO of a corporation. Um,
Exactly.
the job is completely different. Everything that you're doing is completely different.
The people you're dealing with is completely different. It
As a
is a
matter,
whole different set of human beings that operate differently than anyone else on the planet. And if you cannot deal with those specific people and you don't have the tool set to deal with those people, you're
I
not
made
going to
a
make money for your corporation.
I made a video on this.
And Craig knows what I'm talking about. We've talked about this privately about certain
I
individuals on
yes,
YouTube.
I made a freaking video on this, and how to set up the corporation, because she was supposed to be interim, and this is what she should have done. And it turned
Yeah,
out
she
to be
definitely does not have the right tools, and this has
it,
nothing to do with her sexuality. It has to do with her capability to deal with human beings and execute.
right.
Execution is key here.
That there's
That has not gone well for her, and there's
leadership.
proof about it.
Attitude reflects leadership,
Well, yeah,
and a directionless leadership is uh, direction.
her
Hmm.
trying to figure out what the last shooting script of A New Hope, what it was about.
Hmm.
Can you imagine her looking at it going, I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Her voice going,
Yeah, yeah.
I
You can't look. You can't constantly hire and fire people over and over again and treat a movie studio like a fucking Starbucks. Oh, I want the whipped cream on. No, I don't want the whipped cream on. I want nuts. I don't want nuts. I want fucking a cherry. I don't want the cherry. I wanted half mocha latte with at least 3% this extract from this fucking from this country. I screwed it up then. So it's like, well, she definitely screwed it up at the end, now, didn't she? So you can't run a movie studio like that. When you're doing that shit, you're gonna lose that corporation money, and that's what she's fucking done.
yeah, she did because she didn't. It's like, so you worked, you got to Hollywood, you drove to LA in your car, hung out with a friend, basically ended up John Milius' secretary. And I love this. She had to collate and organize his gun collection. That's the next on that one. I love that because John Milius is awesome. He's he's literally one of the most unsung creative people in Hollywood. Then Spielberg walks in and says, "Wow, you really? I want to hire her." Spielberg hires her to run his office. That's how she got to where she did.
Hmm.
Yeah, Buford, you did that. Um, and it wasn't because she was a good producer. She had a mind like that. Is because she was able to, I don't know, put I don't know, I'm going to say a BT-99 in the right spot in the gun cabinet next to this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like because you figured that out. Even my
Hmm.
sisters who hate guns, who grew up with them, but they hate them because my dad loved them, um, would have that figured out. You know, it's not that big of a deal. And she's of their generation, so I get her. She's a phony. That's my dog getting water right now. Uh, um, anyway, but no, she's just, and she's getting her
Hmm.
just rewards.
Yeah.
And she didn't do anything on her own that proved herself. She's
Yeah.
not
Exactly.
a Thatcher.
Hmm.
She's not
Right,
Hilda.
but being
Yeah.
being a CEO of a company is completely different than being on set and uh, helping to produce a film, or being an executive producer and cutting checks and getting this and getting that.
Yeah.
And
Completely different tool set.
it's
Yeah,
not
It's not the
even
same.
it's not even close. It's like comparing being a taxi driver to being a chef. It's just two completely different animals
Hmm.
altogether.
Exactly.
I can fix any car out there. I can build any car out there. Doesn't mean I can run a business, but it just turns out that I can um, do all of it. But not everybody can do all of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's
and that's fine. She's
yeah,
not a
exactly. There's exactly.
Hmm.
Look, hey, you
not
tried.
Yeah. She
Um,
tried her best. She got lucky the first time out, and she didn't get lucky from there on.
well, you didn't really get lucky the first time out. It was 36 years. We wanted to watch a Star Wars movie. We all loved Star Wars. All right, episode 4. I ain't calling it A New Hope. Fuck all y'all. So what do they give us? They give us episode 7, Star Wars, A New Hope. That I will call A New Hope. And it made $2 billion worldwide because it was the first Star Wars movie to come out in 36 years.
Yeah, but okay. Here's my thought on it, just to be fair, both sides, right? Devil advocate. You can't completely be shit and make that amount of money.
no, and
It was not a completely shitty film.
it
You
no,
can watch that over and over again.
Well,
It's got
you
quotable moments to it,
it gets it
but it
gets
is what it is. It's a popcorn flick. It's not high art.
no, it gets worse each time you watch it
it
because you start to pick apart.
Well, see, I don't think of it that way because if I did, then I couldn't watch it.
well,
Well,
here's
like
If I
seriously,
watch it like that, I couldn't watch it.
you start to go, wait a minute, how did she can't use that. She can't use the force. She can't do that. Um, now,
my
Finn's arc through that movie,
Wasted.
I thought
Yeah,
was perfectly fine.
yeah,
Like at the beginning of the movie,
he was realistic in comparison.
he goes to defect, and by the end of the movie, he is ready to join the rebellion. But yet, 2 days later, or one day later, or 3 days later,
Whipping
um,
out the lightsaber.
the first thing he wants to do, in
it,
Return of or in the Last Jedi, is he wants to get the fuck out of there. But at the end of
Yeah, he
7,
got to go home.
he's committed, and then by the end of 8, he's committed again. Wait a minute, you were already committed once.
Well,
my
he's going to be committed somewhere. I think a Sith institution, to say the least, for the insane.
the,
Poor guy. Poor
the
guy.
the memorable Star Wars parts is when um Han basically talks about the Force to the kids, and then when he's grabbing Finn, going, "Sanitation? That's not how the Force works."
You say I said sanitation, not a sanitarium. Okay, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Okay, Tony. I'm
yeah,
sorry, I said sanitarium. I fucked up. Nah,
but
whatever. I don't know. It's from Scarface. Go watch the film. It's an amazing
but
movie. Okay.
that
Okay.
part was, at least trying to explain what was going on. Um, My only thing was, well, I explain Ray, how does she know this stuff? And it's like because somewhere in her life, somebody taught her that, and somehow she forgot it, and eventually we're gonna find that out. And then Ryan Johnson showed up, set fire to JJ's.
Look, that giant head guy's crazy. Okay, you don't listen to him. He's a little cuckoo.
Yeah, you know, and that's what happened. And there was a way to.
Cracking up.
There was a.
So funny.
All right, I'm gonna tell you.
Gonna do it straight at him. I was laughing this
I know
week.
it's really.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus.
Oh God.
That absolutely drives me nuts. Is that there's no communication between novelists and the filmmakers about what people are doing, motivation, character arc, or anything. So the novelists can make people look like shit. Meanwhile, the filmmakers are doing something else. It's like, okay, we're doing that. I don't remember George Lucas ever allowing it to happen when he was running it, because novels never had to explain the movies. The novels enhanced them. And
That's because that's what a movie does is tell a story.
yep,
Exactly.
yep,
Um, these don't tell a story. There's so many plot holes that the books have to fill it in.
yep,
And like
Yes.
everybody else is saying, The Force Awakens, the more you watch it, the more it unravels.
yep,
Look, I was one of the first ones when when they're running trying to get away from the First Order and they're running to the ship, it gets blown up, and they turn around and the junk will do, and you see the Millennium Falcon sitting there. The whole entire theater erupted, clapped, yay, all this other stuff. Okay, that's great. Um, now and that was one of the best shots in the movie. Um, but if you look at everything else, it doesn't stand up. It just
Hmm.
starts to fall apart.
Yes.
And
does
then the Last Jedi
When the
just
last Jedi is a piece of shit. That's a piece of
it,
shit, man.
it really
We
is.
don't deal with crap.
It doesn't. There's no continuity to what was supposed to be set up, and that's my one of the biggest problems I have. And pandering to fans that aren't really fans, and just shitty storytelling. Uh, the Force Awakens. He had 6 months to write it after Michael Art got fired for wanting to literally do the right thing and do 2 years for it. Give it the time, be respectful, and give the characters, and I mean the OT characters, the ones we all love, their just due. Kathleen Kennedy was like, no, no, we can't do that. You're gone. And then she got, you know, um, JJ and Larry Kasdan, who I'm going to have a long video about him one of these days.
Well, Lawrence Kasdan's also got a little loopy in the head. I don't think he got it no more. No.
Let's put it this
He,
way.
he needs some Viagra in the brain. A
His,
little bit.
his ideas on
Because his son is even worse. Goddamn Kasdan. That John.
who,
Indiana Jones is fucked, guys.
I think John just wants to fuck a rabbit, and
I think he does. He
he's
sees to
just
these
looking for
stories.
validation at
I
this
think
point.
so.
I
He's
wouldn't
like,
let
please like me.
that guy near my dog. I wouldn't.
He
You,
would fuck your dog. This is true.
I
No
wouldn't let.
Luke
I wouldn't
either.
let him near
I
my
don't
horse.
think so.
She would kill him. She.
Well, hopefully she bites a dick right off.
Oh, she no, no. She'd kick the shit out of him. She and I. Do you know what we did? We were today. I go and I'm there. She's in a far back paddock, and there's another paddock between us, and there's a horse there she hates. Every time she goes up to the fence and the horse is standing there, she gets this look on her face. I'm like, no.
Hmm.
You know what we did? We raised hell. I chased her all over the place. She chased me. She was running up at me, kicking up, and I was, you know, doing my thing with her. And at the end of the day, she stopped and she put her head down, and like wrapped herself around me and was like,
Yes.
that was fun. You know,
Cool.
and she's so cool. She's like, one of those things. It's like you don't really need to make them do stuff. You just need to be there, and they love it when you pay attention. And mommy's here. We get to play. I don't have to work, and we did work. And
Hmm.
stop. I made her back up. She backed up for me. I mean, I made her back up for a long ways, and then I ran away really fast. All of a sudden, I realized this is a thoroughbred racehorse chasing me.
Hmm.
Ah! I'm like, wait a second. I was like, stop. And she rears up. And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
hey, you need not to do that. And she's like,
That could have been bad.
yeah. And then she stops and she's like, and she tosses her head and she tries around me. And then she's like, okay, cool. And we had such a good time. I mean,
Hmm.
you know, horses are,
Very intelligent.
and they're like dogs. They really are like, they're as smart as dogs are. She knows it. I mean, she gets it. And God, does she hate that horse in the other barn? Oh my God. In the other paddock. Every time Sky would walk over, Kay would bare her teeth and lay her ears back and you know, make that.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop it. Just stop. And then she looked at me like, okay. And look at me, okay, we're fine. And
Hmm.
Sky would walk away. We had a good day, but I don't even know what my point was, but anyway,
Hmm.
we're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Okay,
right.
back to Star
So
Wars.
yeah, we got it's. I mean, it's
Yeah.
midnight now, so I mean, we've been on for quite a while. But
Yes.
I'm gonna go over this real quick. So the Rebel Alliance will be on GNG. We're gonna do basically we're gonna bring everybody's community together. It's
Yes.
gonna become one big powwow of the fandom menace. So
As Jeremy said when we're going to do it, because he didn't get back to me on the date
um
exactly. He just got back to me on yes, I'm attending
yeah, it's gonna be next week.
next week. Okay. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
worried it was this weekend. I was like,
yeah, no, it's gonna be next week. I'll
okay,
let everybody know when it's gonna be.
all right, cool.
But yeah, we're gonna get all of our groups
Hmm.
together. Because I mean, quite frankly, it's gonna take all of us together.
Yeah.
So if any of you are in a uh, Star Wars group on Facebook or anything else, come join the page. Come join anything. Come join it. Come sub,
Yeah,
or
definitely come watch the show when we do it together.
at least come watch the show and everything else, because I mean everybody's really going to need to be united and on the same page on this.
Yeah, exactly.
So we
That's the
can
only way we're going to affect change, really.
it's and it's working.
It is.
It is.
It is working. The only thing is we can't get lax about it just because it is working.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's working. So now it's actually time to start putting more pressure.
it is.
It's time
Yep.
to start doing more things. It's
Yeah,
time to
and there's
start.
no need for infighting. We
No,
really need to not do that. We need to just stay peaceful, present facts, and walk away.
I
And
that's
learn
it.
to walk away in a timely manner, not 3 days later. All right, I
no
had to sing one last time.
responsibility start the fight.
All right, let's get back to Greg thing.
Keep just
Yeah. So that's our deal.
Yeah,
I mean, whether you're already sub to G and G, it makes no really makes no difference. We're going to bring the entire Rebel Alliance is going to be on there.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
all of us.
but we are going to be, as Deadpool would put it, we're going to form a super duper group. Uh,
Yes,
that's
it's gonna kick ass,
yeah,
present facts, and maybe do some jokes.
yeah.
Jokes will be
So
thrown.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
It's gonna
we're
be
we're
fun.
we're gonna by God do it. And I mean, with the people that we have leading these channels
Hmm.
and everything else, um, we're good. So that'll be next week. I'll let everybody know in advance. Jeremy is out of town right now. As soon as he gets back to his house, he's gonna call me. We'll set up a day, and then I will let everybody know when that's going to be. Obviously,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
but Tomorrow night, let's not also forget one of our subs. Let's talk Star Wars. That's Mike's channel. He is going to be on tomorrow night
Hmm.
at 8 o'clock Eastern. Bonnie will actually be on as his special guest. They're going to be talking about uh, Luke and Mara Jade in the EU. So it gets us away from Disney, but it also puts us in probably one of the best storylines, at least is in my opinion, um, is
Easily.
is the whole Luke and Mara Jade. And
Very fun storyline.
it is. It's a really good storyline. And the very following Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central or 5 Pacific, I will actually be on Let's Talk Star Wars. And we're going to be going through the EU stuff. And more than likely, we are going to go through more gaming than anything else, as far as that goes, because I mean, we're both into the games,
Yep.
and I just finished Coder 2 for the third time,
Yeah,
and
Craig is able to get off the ship.
yeah, I'm able to actually get off the ship. That's just fucking
Joking,
hilarious.
bad.
Fucking mad talk. You can't like you can't get off the ship. So basically, you can't pass the fucking tutorial. So that's a true story, though. That's a true
Oh,
story.
good. Say, hey, Lucy, how I get off the ship? I
Uh,
don't know. Okay, let me go talk to Mad Dog. Oh,
I
hell,
mean,
he doesn't know.
seriously,
Screw it. I'm going to do it myself.
it tells you at the bottom of the screen what you got to do. It's like, look, anytime this happens, click on that. Anytime this happens, go over there. Hey, you might not click on this some bitch every now and then. Sabers for a Cure will everybody who's already signed up or yeah signed up on the website. Uh, the website is live, so you can actually view things now. I'm waiting on stuff to come back from her now, so I can get pictures of it with her signature on it. Um, and then it will be up. So we are going for September the 29th.
Hmm.
It going completely live. Uh, Everything will be on there and ready to be bought in.
Hmm.
So there is our update on Sabers for a Cure. Um, I'm gonna get. I have her email address, but I'm gonna have it where whoever bids on whatever will get a personal message also back from Shannon herself. Um,
Hmm.
which lightsabers? The subscriber lightsabers. No, I have not. I do have them here. I still do not have Emma's address. I do have yours, and I do have Alyssa's.
Yes,
So Alyssa will be one day, and yours actually would be one day.
exactly.
I just have to find enough time to do it.
Yes.
That's the problem. Um,
And don't get lost at the mailbox.
Dude,
Don't do that.
it's such a
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
saw how they're changing it. It's very scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
um.
It's got
So
compartments.
yeah,
What the fuck, literally. God dang. Corporations, I just love this time. It's like, okay, so you stick your 3D printer stuff here, you stick this over here. There's so many compartments. Which one's the one for regular fucking mail? All right, screw it. Okay, I'll not do another rant. We'll be here a
Bezos, go ahead and
while.
send me send me an
uh,
email. I'm gonna let everybody know it's gonna be next week. I don't know how everything else is gonna work. I don't know who else is gonna be involved in this big old powwow, but we are gonna get the biggest. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna form a big super duper fucking group.
yes.
And so we will have a humongous presence. Um,
Mhm.
we already have the most informed presence
Well, easily. I think we'll
here.
be winning on that one. Yeah.
Matt Caddish is going to be very.
Pretty much, unless someone else is breaking the news in the middle of the night every fucking night, I think we're winning. Shit.
Oh no, Matt Caddish is going to be very alone in that
Yes.
because he's going to be there,
Yeah, I know, I know.
and he's going to be going, yeah, but it's like no.
He's going to show all his Hollywood inside gamesmanship.
I don't get why anyone does that.
Yeah, may as well just go ahead and send me another email on the Fiero because yeah, I'm still looking for one. I'm gonna put a 550 horsepower LS1 in there.
Oh God, can I say this? When I was a teenager, I wanted a Fiero so bad. I don't know.
They were cool looking.
They were cool looking. They were a girl car, by the way.
Yes. They were still cool
Mm,
looking.
I know. And my dad was like, no.
it's a mid-engine car.
Uh-huh.
I was told it was a girl car. I'm just saying.
They were coffins, is what they were.
Yeah,
But that's a true story. I mean, you wreck one of them, so much you're dead. I mean, there's
Oh
nothing in the front
yeah,
of it.
it's true.
my dad was like, no, for that, probably that reason.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw a 550 horsepower motor in it and really make it deadly. I seriously, I mean, it come with a 2.8 liter V6. I'm gonna throw 6.2 liters of pure hell in that motherfucker. So, um,
Because some idiot wants it.
um, I want it just because they weigh like 1,800 pounds curb weight from the factory.
Uh,
So you take 550, 600 horsepower and stick it on 1,800 pounds, and that bitch is stupid fast.
yeah.
Um, and I've already found the drive shaft shop is the one that makes my axles for me. They make 35 spline axles that I can actually change the rear end around and make it actually hold the horsepower.
All right.
So, but I'm going to keep it completely stock inside. I just want to drive it back and forth to work, so I don't have to drive, my 1,600 horsepower car, and I sometimes I don't want to drive my truck.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay. All right. Okay.
yeah, all right, yeah, we are definitely going to shut it down. I
Yep.
will keep
It's been a
everybody.
fun night.
I'll
Yeah.
keep everybody informed. If you're not following us on Twitter, look down below in the link. You'll find our Twitter down there. Also on the Facebook page, we'll post it up there what day we're going to be doing this. It'll be all over Twitter, but I will also make a video reminding everybody well in advance
And I
Yes.
of
Yeah.
when we're going to be doing this. So,
will
I'm
tell.
gonna check in with him every once in a while. And when does he get back? Like what, Monday or Tuesday?
yeah,
Okay, so Monday or Tuesday, I'll keep saying hey, what's up every couple of days, and obviously you'll talk to him too. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I just
he's
want to make sure, like I said, Jeremy's an amazing person, but I want to make sure we're on schedule, right? And we keep it together to pull
Yeah.
it off because it's a lot of people involved. So I want to make sure it's
Well,
organized.
I mean, it's us, it's him, it's
It's Odin. Odin's going to be there, to
yeah,
my
and
knowledge.
yeah, he's going to be there. Um, he knows better. Um, and you know what I meant by that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You know,
thought he was pretty fair.
he was fair. He was fair, but it's like, anyway.
And I don't look. Everyone's young and doesn't quite know everything about the world at points. So
I
that's
know
all
that.
I got to say about certain things.
I know that, and I'm trying to remember that as I'm not flying off the handle and going into wild berserker
Yes.
rage.
Yeah.
Um, no, it'll be.
Yeah. Let's everyone keep the temper together for that night
I
or
will.
day or whatever it is. At what time it is. Hopefully at nighttime. Nighttime's best for most of us, I think.
There are going to be so many people talking, I probably won't even get my
Yeah.
everything
Well,
edgewise.
hopefully we take turns. And I mean, how it's worked when we've had like 20 people in a chat once before. Doomcock does it great. Pretty much, you just one person talks at a time. Everyone else shuts the fuck up. You let that person finish. The next person, the next
Yeah,
person,
yeah,
next person, and it will not sound like crap to everyone listening on YouTube.
yeah. I honestly, I think that's probably what Jeremy may do. Um, hopefully that's what he'll do. It's hard. It's hard for me at times to say stuff, and it's just because my voice. and I don't have the sound system. So,
Hmm.
I just basically what my thing is I want to hear what people are going to be talking about. I want to hear what the concerns are
Hmm.
mostly, um, because it's like I know what's going on. I get it. Um, the naysayers, whatever, man. I want to know what people are worried about. And my thing is where the concerns are, what can we double down on for that?
Hmm.
Um, because you know what? We're winning now, but what else do we need to do? Because this is now the time. We've invaded Normandy. St. Lo is right there. Now we have to take St. Lo. Okay, I'm using the World War II analogy, but that's
Watch
kind
out, that's controversial, Curly.
of, well, yes,
You might have get in trouble like Dean Kane. Who knows? You never
uh,
know these
uh,
days. God.
Dean, God, he's practically a friend of mine. I mean, I'm gonna not let her talk. I'm gonna leave him
Yeah.
alone. All right. No, so you know what I'm
Well, it'd
saying?
be great if we could get an interview with Dean Kane, so if you can pull that off.
No,
Have it on Rebel Alliance.
and my father was a World War II veteran, uh, the Eighth Army Air Force. I'm finding a lot more about him right now, what he did, because he never talked about it. I can't talk about it right now because there are people trying to figure it out. They're making fools of themselves, and we want the whole story before we can say no. That's not what happened. This is what happened. Um, Basically for the family. Uh, but no, it's like, look, I can say that because he would. Yeah, that's exactly what we did. You know, let it go. Stop being so goddamn serious. You know, that would be my dad, and my uncle Joe, who, you know, parachuted in Normandy with the 101st Airborne. You know, what do you want me to do? I mean, it's been 70 years. Cry about it? You know, they they were serious, but they weren't about stuff like that. So
Mm,
say this, all right? We landed. Now we're going forward. Um, I want to know what our next step is. That's my thing. And to me, we're at war. Politics is war by other means, and this is politics.
yeah. Well, at the end of the day, sadly, I mean, nothing. But years out,
Yeah.
no, we can hope it changes somewhat, slightly, gradually.
No, I think that we are doing a good job.
Oh no, I think we're definitely well when it comes to actual stuff that we can directly see a result where we don't give you money. Oh look, your movie made shit. When we that to me is yeah, there's politics involved, but that's a direct cause and effect.
Yeah.
You
And,
immediately have the results of that year.
and
We can do that.
yeah, and it means a lot. It really, really does mean a lot. And now that we know that there are people there that are like, no, this is not how it goes. This is not how we do this. Um, we're making an effect because this is what we wanted, but we have to push further. Um, and I want to know what the next step is. That's my thing. What is the next step? Uh, and my that's my point. And it's not, oh, she's gone. Let's just go. My point is she's gone. Okay, now what? Now what? Now what? Or we know she's gone. Now what? And that's the thing. Because as long as we keep up the pressure, they'll keep doing what we want. Because
Hmm.
people at Lucasfilm that are agreeing with us.
Yes, there are.
And
The evidence is clearly there.
I might,
Filoni having pillow fights with Favreau.
I might,
Iger, what he stated today, the way he stated it today,
yep,
we're definitely having an effect
yep,
on Lucasfilms.
yeah. And we keep doing it because those people need our help. And I'll never be able to say, hey, hey, cool, dude. Uh, but if we can make it so our kids and grandkids can grow up with some semblance of what we did, to have that hope, to look at these things and say, wow, I can do this. And this, I you know, how we felt about this stuff, that means everything to me. This is what,
Hmm.
you know, and that's why. All right. So anyway, I'm done.
Hmm.
Anything?
Yeah, everybody watch the new FNN video that is up on the channel. So we have the FNN staff T-shirts. So you could do videos in your FNN staff T-shirt.
Exactly. Buy
You
those
can
T-shirts.
you can go out and be our man on the town, our man on the
Exactly.
street, our
Yep.
woman
Hey, this high
correspondent.
production value does not pay itself. We
Damn right. And it
like
even says
people
on the
to help
shirt,
us out here, ladies and
FNN
gentlemen.
staff.
I
So
mean, to say the least, if you can dream it, you can do it. So help us achieve that dream, ladies and gentlemen. Walt Disney, ladies. Hey, the man knew how to sell stuff. That's all I gotta say.
Damn right.
I love the FNN staff stuff, and it gives everybody a
It is
chance.
badass.
It
Yeah,
gives everybody a chance to, like I said, you could become a correspondent.
exactly. You can become a correspondent.
You're a correspondent.
Again, disclaimer: we warned you if you actually want to wear this. Okay, it's if the right person or the wrong person knows what the hell you're actually saying when you're wearing
Oh my
it.
goodness.
Hopefully, you know some kung fu like Keanu Reeves. That's
Yeah, I finally got Greg Duncan's name on the damn thing there. I've got to redo. I've got to
oh man,
redo the outro because it over the it just
it didn't look right.
well no, I mean it looked great, but then over time
It'll fade away
it kind of got
potentially.
too big. So I need to do it.
Oh,
I need to do it differently.
okay.
Um,
Good thing I didn't buy that batch. I'll buy the next batch.
yeah. So
It still looks good.
yeah, I love the shirt. I've got a bunch of them on the way. So because I'll be more than
Hmm.
likely I'll be corresponding and be in studio all at the same time.
Exactly.
Um, it's
Well,
going to be fun because
you'll be using Ryan Johnson's teleporter.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
well,
going to
no,
be
you won't
yeah
because
exactly
you want to live. You
exactly.
don't want to use that thing. No.
I'll be interviewing.
I can't believe that dumbass put a teleporter in a music video.
Yeah,
God dang Ryan
I'm
Johnson.
gonna interview a real stormtrooper. You know, I'm going to interview a retired stormtrooper,
Nice.
and we're going to be talking about the new first order stormtroopers and how big of a pansy ass they are compared to real
Yes.
TKs and
Absolute candy asses.
yeah,
I mean,
absolute
here's
just
the
pieces.
problem.
Yeah.
They can't shoot for shit and they run away like bitches. So yeah.
Oh
I
well.
mean,
All right. Just a spoiler for the FNN video. There has been a new record set in the Stormtrooper division. That's all I can say.
oh
Oh,
You'll,
God.
yes, you'll have to watch the video to find out what record it was, but it's a
Oh God, my skull hurts already
oh,
brand new
thinking about
record.
it. Wow.
Yep. All right,
Wow.
guys, we are going
All
to
right.
shut this thing down. I appreciate every one of y'all.
Yep. Thank you, ladies and
oh,
gentlemen.
Y'all are awesome. FN and update, man. I love the name. Um, and
Yep.
trust
Cool
me,
stuff.
it's cool. So look at us on Twitter. I'll keep everybody updated about next week when Rebel Alliance is going to be on G&G.
Yep.
We're gonna make this fucking super group, and we
Yep.
are gonna. I am actually gonna start filming next week on my Killing Ray. So take about a couple weeks for me to shoot it, and then maybe about a week or so to edit it. So look within the month of probably mid October. Deadpool Killing Ray is going to come out. So that's freaking awesome.
Yes.
oh,
And Steph, I appreciate you coming on. DJ, always appreciate you coming on. Um,
hey, bro.
all you guys in the chat, you're all freaking awesome. You guys that aren't in the chat that are just watching and still thumbing up, hey,
Yeah. Thank you very much.
yes,
Guys.
appreciate every bit of it.
All right.
All right, guys.
Night, guys.
Yeah, we
Good
will
night.
see y'all in the
Have a
next
fun
one.
night.
All right. Have a
See
good
you.
one. Sweet dreams.